Hi,
Hi,
recording.
Hello.
Hello.
So quick little recap. Y'all were on a train. The train got attacked by bandits. Y'all killed the bandits. End of recap.
Yeah, that's about what my notes say.
Next time on Trains and Robots.
Next time, trains and robot. I guess we'll just jump right in. Y'all are in your fucking. Y'all are in the bar. There's 4 corpses in the bar with you, 4 of the bandits, along with 2 more in the next room over. At this point, not the guy who runs the train, but like probably one of the dudes who like checks tickets comes in and is just like, oh shit, it's up here too. Is everyone okay?
Yes. Hello. Yes, we do in fact have a problem up here. Are you the inspector?
I'm a ticket taker. What seems to be the problem? Aside from the dead bodies, who are a problem.
Quite. That is in fact at least the start of the conversation that I need to be having with someone in at least some capacity of official power.
Am I in the room yet, or am I still talking to the fucking pilot who got shot?
Whichever you would prefer.
Okay, Precious will come back in about now. Continue, sorry.
I mean, aside from the pilot, I am one of the official members of the train staff. So if you need to speak with someone, you can speak with me.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And what is your name, sir?
Fuck you.
Beautiful orcish name.
No, my name is Crag.
Craig, excellent.
You know, like Craig, but without an I.
I see, yes, spelt incorrectly. That is absolutely fair. Do please join me. And Hero's going to move to one of the tables in the dining car and gesture for him to take the seat opposite him.
Okay, thanks.
I presume you have with yourself some kind of notebook. Would I be correct?
He pulls out, he like pulls what appears to be a roll of like it's like a pocketbook of tickets for people to purchase at time of boarding, but he flips it backwards so he can write on the back of one of them.
Excellent. I love the ingenuity is most heartening. Now, I do need to make several reports, some of which I believe will have to go to your higher ups, but obviously you are going to be in some kind of commotion for some time yet. Now, would you like me to start chronologically or by seriousness?
Chronologically.
Excellent. So myself and my companions here are all passengers in the first class passenger cat, which I presume you were able to deduce for the fact that we are here in the first class passenger dining cat. Do you understand?
Yes.
Excellent. Now, stay with me here. We were accosted, as I believe many of the members of the train were perhaps too. We were accosted by ruffians. And they came through the window. As you can see here, there was glass scattered inwards with their entrance. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do see that. He makes a note.
Excellent. Now, here is the manner of my first complaint. Now, this here is indeed the first class passenger cat, and it is for the dining of first class passengers only. And yet, it appears to me that at some point, not yourself, obviously, but one of your higher ups appears to have made a very erroneous decision that means that the windows of the first class passenger cat were able to be kicked in by a young man who weighed perhaps 120 or 130 pounds soaking wet. Now, that might stand for steerage class, but I don't see that it is appropriate given the dangers of travelling by train for the first class passenger care. So that is the manner of my first complaint.
Okay, so let me just make sure I've got this correctly. Your complaint is that the windows weren't sturdy.
Correct.
Okay.
And
They
my
got a
other,
point.
the other members.
Those guys were tiny.
This is where it's very useful to have some kind of support. Thank you so much. And how much would you say that he weighed, that first gentleman who came in through the window?
I don't know, like 90, 100 pounds.
Right. So
If that.
if that, so really rather a diminutive gentleman was able to kick his way through the glass window. And my complaint, sir, is not necessarily that this glass has been used in the train at all. As I say, outside the first class passenger carriage, that is really not my concern. However, when we purchased tickets to the first class passenger carriage, we expected first class passenger protection, and we did not receive this, and therefore I have been put in mortal danger. And he'll lift like his side a little bit and show like where he's been shot. It's like, as you can see, my life was literally endangered by this choice. So that is the manner of my first complaint. Now, my second complaint comes from the fact that I turned round after this ruffian came in through the window, expecting to see a helpful member of your own staff beckoning us to whichever safety plane is in place. Obviously, my assumption that the railways as a national institution had some kind of safety mechanism in place, at least for, again, the first class passengers and the first class passenger cat. And I discovered not only was there no safety plane being made available to myself or to my companions, but there was no member of staff. So we were abandoned, you see, by the very people of the railway who were supposed to protect us. And I would like to draw your attention to the fact that if you look at our booking, we have a child with us. So not only did they abandon a group of adults who they might presume were able to care for themselves, not, I mark, that should matter when we have paid for the first class experience, but also a child. And that I find absolutely unconscionable. And we definitely need to be passing that forward as something that is absolutely not appropriate. Have you written that down, dear? Do you need me to say anything again?
No, I've got it. Although I must ask, despite your obvious injury, you all appear to me to have mostly handled the situation yourselves. Are you registered members of any of the adventuring guilds operating in the area?
Nope.
We are passing through, hence
Archie,
being on the
did you
train.
ever fill out the forms?
What forms? What are you fucking talking about?
The guild forms. Remember,
No,
I
no,
was like, we should go legit, join a guild. Did you? You
out,
didn't join?
out of character. No one is. None of us could afford the fees. They're stupid. They're like fucking 90 gold a month or 90 gold a month or whatever. None of
Fuck
us could
that
afford the adventure. Yeah, no, it's insane. It's
That's
it's
fucking
clearly designed
ridiculous.
for like high level groups to be able to do it, but yeah.
Yeah, no, here's going to go. Not only were we not availed of the opportunity to do so, given the extortionate rates I believe that they charge, but we are passing through, hence being on the train.
So,
Verashis is gonna just put a hand down on the table and just be like, okay,
well,
thanks, hero.
I am not, this is absolutely not, I will not be interrupted. I understand your professional.
No, no. Verashis holds up another hand to like reassuringly at the fucking steward, just like, it's all right. He's just a bit shaken up. You know how they get. And then looks at Hero and is like, you do know that like when they hire people to work on the trains, they're not hired in like a combat capacity. Like
we have an adventurer on board whose job is to handle situations. If you're not with our contracted mercenary, then you've committed extrajudicial killings upon the train.
No, dear, I think what you will find is that these men have been waylaid on their way to us. In fact, most of these young gentlemen came through from the back care. certainly when you question them, those passengers in the back car, you will find that yourself. No, unfortunately, and this brings me rather neatly, actually, to the final point of my complaint, and indeed the reason that you're taking these notes, which is I was robbed on this here, the train, and within the boundaries of the first class passenger kit. And before you say, but this is just something that one takes on when one rides the train, I remind you, this is the first class passenger kit. So I most certainly did not, and nor did my companions. Now, I need you to write down here, the young man who came through the window and then removed himself onto some kind of flying bird, I imagine. I am really not an avian expert by trade. He made off with, now, I will spare you the details. Let me say, a small bag of jewels meant for my family's brooch. Now, I'm not saying the brooch was stolen because it's not. The setting has been sent ahead to the jeweler that we're going to. He's very promising. If you need his name, do please let me know. I like to try and raise awareness of up-and-coming tradesmen, you know. Anyway, not the point. The small bag of jewels which was taken, and these are brooch-sized jewels, so they are relatively minor. We can discuss the exact numbers and quantities as you're noting it down in your notebook. Do please keep noting it in your notebook. And my robbery purse. He doesn't have my full purse, you understand. I'm not a fool. But I was forced to give him my robbery purse, which held within it, I believe, at the last count, Garrick, was it 74 gold after that last purchase?
Jesus, was it really that much?
It was I'd taken some for the final amount to see us over on the train, because I would prefer, obviously, when you're traveling the train, when you're a person such as myself, you try not to flash your actual
people.
You take your.
This is what this 74 gold. This is what this guy keeps in his robbery purse. Are you kidding me?
Who killed these people?
Wait a minute. I got
I didn't kill
fucking
nobody.
question.
All right, these two guys killed each other. Everybody saw that.
They did actually shoot each other, but I got a question for you. So you're telling me that if some asshole sticks a gun in my face, and in my defending myself, he fucking dies, that's somehow illegal?
It's not necessarily illegal, but it does beget investigation. Also,
So I want to fucking
no. You are first class passengers. Your belongings should have been checked in, and you should have been issued an emergency ticket for them. If the train is robbed, the protocol is to give your goods to the robber, and then upon reaching the next station, you can turn in your emergency ticket, and you will be you will receive recompense for the items taken.
Which is all
Who killed these people?
They killed each other.
Those two
Examine.
What about those two?
I got another question for you. You said there's some highfalutin adventuring type on this fucking train, yeah?
Yes.
How much money does he fucking make for sitting on his ass doing nothing?
He was in the other. There are two first-class sections of the train.
Oh, I see. You know what this is? Because we're not the normal first-class types. The other train car mattered more. I fucking get it. Fuck you.
Now, Archie, do be civil. I understand you are very upset. Go to the bar and avail yourself, of course. Now, you can see these are hardened men, and they are profoundly shaken by the event now we've just been through. Now, all I am trying to do is ensure, first, that the next time we ride within the first class passenger car, that the organization, yes, has taken the steps necessary to ensure that we are safe, which they clearly had not done, for those two came through from the steerage cart. From the standard class cart, already injured.
They weren't injured.
So there was nobody preventing movement between the two classes of cart, which is also absolutely insane to me. But do I possibly know about maintaining proper class etiquette? Now,
Oh, you stop it! Listen, if you want to try and scam the fucking High House, I don't give a shit. But bringing the fucking snobbery into it is not fucking cute. Look, and Verashis turns to the fucking guy. I'm sorry. This is a mess. I'm sorry it happened on your shift. Yes, those two shot each other. Yes, we killed, points at him and Archie, those two in the back, because they did burst in through the window with guns. Obviously, the sensible people in this room, i.e., all of us, when they're not trying to fuck with you, glares at Hero for no reason. Understand that a train isn't a combat vehicle and is not designed to be bulletproof. I get it. But I just need everyone to stop for 5 fucking seconds and just be normal. By the way, Pilot's fine. He'd been gut shot. I went to check on him. But fucking Fire and Forge, people. Where is Luke?
who?
Einen.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
recovering.
Yes, you mentioned that you had a child with you, but I only see grown adults here.
Correct, because she has retreated to her safety plane to recover from what was a near-death experience.
I'm sorry, safety plane?
Correct.
What?
The place where one goes to be safe in case of horrendous action like robbery and shooting.
He just stares at you like that's not a thing any normal person has. Like
Hero stares back in rich.
in listen, okay.
I merely want to make and ignore the bizarre claims made by my colleague. I merely want to make a report on our lost / stolen by ruffians who broke through the window with night with their bare feet.
Okay, fine.
Ruffians,
What was taken?
how much detail do you require?
The name of the item and its rough value in crowns.
Excellent. So it was a small bag of jewels, of which I believe their total number is 13. Their total worth, scuffed as they are, because they have not yet been put back into.
Oh, sorry. Their total number in Galifars. Fucking hate this. Crowns are copper. Galifars are gold.
Excellent. The total value of the bag is perhaps Kate does some math between. There are 6 players this time, right? It is just
Yes.
6 of us.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 6.
Yes. Okay. 300 galleons in total. Now, if you'd asked me on the way back, once it had been reset and all of these jewels had been brought up to standard, we would be talking substantially more. But if I am being honest, at the current state, as they've been worn for many, 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 many years, it's substantially less than that. Plus the 74 gold left in the robbery purse.
Okay. Does anyone have anything else to report as stolen?
Nope. So what do you mean when you're saying that Einen's in her safety plane? Because no one else knows what you mean by that, by the way. That's not a thing.
Everybody who's fucking here knows. You weren't here, you walked away. The rest of us know.
I went to go check to make sure.
I don't necessarily know that we need to explain everything in depth in front of mixed company, you know? Not everybody needs to know all of our fucking business. She's safe. That's all you need to know.
I also believe that it's important that we let this young gentleman go back to his duties, as
I
you've made
don't
perfectly
think he
clear.
will, given, and he gestures to the dead bodies.
Oh
No,
no,
presumably they have someone to clean those up.
We were actually just
Oh.
going to have. We were just going to roll them out of the train.
I could do that for you. Hold on. I like
I'll
that.
help.
It's a new word I learned. To finish straight, I can do that. Hold on a second.
Don't
You
break a
see,
window.
these boys
There's already a broken
Articulated.
window. Why would I fucking break another window?
Why
What are
are
you, stupid? Hold on. And Archie goes and grabs one of the bodies, just chucks it straight out the window.
Hero literally looking at both of them with like a look of unadorned pride and goes, see, this is the value when you finally find good employees. Excellent. Good initiative, boys. I'm very proud.
But employees, you purchased a family bundle.
Correct. One must make sure that family business is kept within the family.
You know, you might be our brother, but you're a fucking asshole sometimes, Hero. I just want to tell you that.
And yet I am correct.
Uh-huh.
Being
Listen,
an asshole does not prevent one from being correct.
Well, sir, he gestures at Archie. I'm gonna make a note of this. You are performing a service for the train. I will ensure that compensation is arranged for you when we arrive in passage. Unless anyone has any other complaints or any other things that were stolen, I do need to move on to the next cart.
I
Because
got nothing.
okay,
There's
goodbye.
2 more bodies in there, by the way.
Thank you for your time.
You're very welcome, sir.
Excellent.
If you have a moment, the contractor we've hired, who has put in a valiant effort forward, in the forward first class carts, you might want to speak with him. His name is Sir Barrister.
Oh, I gotta meet this guy.
Can I roll whatever whatever the check for being a well-connected son of a bitch is to see if I know this guy or I've heard of him?
How much money does Hero currently have?
Currently on his person?
Yes.
Hold on. 25 gold pieces.
Hero, to roll for well-connectedness, please roll a d20 plus 2.
Dope.
Your well-connectedness is based on your current value.
Valid. I was assuming. Yeah. Okay, 1d20 plus 2. Not very well connected at all.
It's not an issue of your lack of connection. It's an issue of Sir Barrister's lack of connection. You've never heard of this adventurer, but you recognize that if he is an official member of an adventuring guild, then he must be at least somewhat competent. They don't exactly hire people who are bad at their jobs.
Yeah. Got you. Okay.
Has the guy left?
Yeah, he's gone. He's
Okay.
moving on.
Archie's
He's got
gonna
six,
turn
he's got
to.
like 6 more fucking train cars.
No, that's fair. I
check
just want to
up
make
on.
sure.
Yeah, no, he's doing a good job. Good for him.
I'm gonna make sure he's gone. Archie's gonna turn to Verashus and go, Verashus, listen, I know you don't give a shit about us, really. You're only here. I'm not even sure why you came along, if I'm being honest, but a couple of things. One, if you don't understand something and it's a personal matter between all of us, we don't need to talk about it in front of other people. That's a stupid thing. You don't give away your secrets. And two, you ever try to rat me or my brother out again, I will take that horn off the top of your head and jam it down your throat. I've been to prison. I'll do it again.
Great. So, I'm just supposed to let you guys harass per fucking staff members of one of the trains that I've spent 20 years working on because Hero decides he needs an extra 70 gold this week. What the fuck was that about?
No.
It's called a con. Boo fucking who? Oh, look at me, mister. I have a stable job and don't have to commit crimes to make a living. Listen, get yourself off your high horse. You're not a paladin or nothing.
All right, listen fucking here. I don't have a fucking problem if Hero wants to do a bit of high class whatever between House Orion and House... What is it? Feander?
Yeah.
Like, if those two want to have some shit and he wants to scam them out some money, I don't care. But don't bring the fucking staff into it.
Who do you
Nothing
think
wrong.
you talk to? Who do you think you talk? Look, I get you've never scammed anybody before, but you talk to him. He takes the scam. You don't barge right into the main boss's office. That's not how you run a. That's not how you run a scam. Like, that's not how you do any of that.
You stop at the small fish, you work your way up.
Yeah, and it's not like he's getting scammed. He's just the one delivering the scam to the people it needs to go to.
No, but he is going to be the one who gets in trouble when they find out you're out of 70 gold. No, wait.
No.
What was it? 300?
374 gold. Now, what I need you to understand is that it does not, in fact, come out of his wages, and here is for why. Now, we all know that the other houses and the houses that run particularly big organizations, infrastructure such as this, are perfectly capable of purchasing for themselves. And in fact, he said purchasing for themselves pretty good insurance for which they pay a pretty penny. Now, whether that insurance... I am not finished talking. You asked the question.
Answer the question. I said that if they find out what you've done, they will fire him.
How would they find out? Right now, you asked the question, listen to the answer. The only person who is making a fuss about this entire situation is yourself. Now, what I have said to him is that 2 things were taken off my person at the same time I was shot, and that this happened as a result of woeful lack of security infrastructure within the strain, which is, by the way, an entirely reasonable thing to say. Now, what I was saying was that the young man who came and took these things from us was one of the ones that removed himself from the train. Now, how would they prove that one way or the other? They cannot. So, there is nothing to come back and the fine young man who I have just spoken with, Craig. Otherwise, I would not put him at risk. I will, however, quite happily, as a result of being put in mortal danger by a rival house that is too cheap to see to the proper security of the first-class cats, a mere 374 gold. Now, that for them, believe me, is less than nothing. And there is no appropriate way, there is no particular way for us to come back on young Craig. And in fact, our business would have been concluded rather sooner without your tantrum. So please do not presume that because I am happy to scam, thank you boys, the higher houses, that I am out here to hurt the working men. I am not. I am taking advantage of an opportunity, and that is that.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm convinced.
Right. Where's Einen?
In her fucking safety plane. I don't know what to call it.
She got lost in the bottle.
Can I fucking... Verashis is gonna go over to the bottle. Do I know what's going on with that thing?
You probably know that, one, it's very recognizable because it is a bottle that Einen carries around at all times, correct, Em? Yeah. Einen doesn't go anywhere without this bottle. It's up to you too whether or not Einen's ever explained why, but it's never far from where Einen is.
Would that be generally a thing I know, like warlocks whose patrons live in vessels?
You just to be clear, Kate, you have not been paid yet.
I said presuming we're paid. I was just doing
Yeah.
the math before I forgot. Unfortunately, I did not in fact pick a number that easily divided by 6.
How dare you? How dare
I
you
know.
put all that fucking gumption in and then have
And
to
not do the math. I know. I mean, to be fair, I would argue it would be more suspicious if Hero had asked for a number very neatly divisible by the number of people in the car. Essentially, assuming that we are paid, if we are paid, it will be 62 for everyone. So when we get to that point, if we're paid, that's what people need to put in.
Voracious, go ahead and make an Arcana check to see what kind of stuff you know about how warlocks work. Yeah, you are familiar with how certain packs work, and you know that this is probably a warlock thing.
Oh, good. Okay, she is actually safe. That's fine.
Not only is she safe, if I remember correctly, she was given tea.
Well, to be fair, I don't know that part. Voracious just knows that she is probably safer in there than she is out here.
All right, but we know where everybody is. We're all safe. We're all happy. Good. Okay. Garrett takes his hat off and like puts it over his eyes. Says, I'm just gonna catch a nap before we hit the station.
Hero's going to gently wander behind the bar and start making atrociously pretentious cocktails for everybody who wants them, including himself.
I'm gonna go see this fucking guy who can't handle his own shit.
Shit, I forgot about that guy. Yeah, no, I come with you.
You sure I could just tell you about it? You can sleep, brother. I don't want to inconvenience you.
Hey, you're confident to do it yourself? I'll let you do it yourself.
I'm confident to do. I do things myself all the time. All right.
Can I suggest
all right, good.
you at
I
least
got
take
every confidence in you.
Can you at least take somebody with you just to ensure that things go smoothly?
I was just gonna fucking talk to him. Maybe give
No,
him a
not
little
on
bit of a
your
hard
not
time.
on
Like, yeah.
not on your behalf. Just take somebody with you. It's good practice.
Well, given that he's been dealing with presumably whoever burst into the back half of the train single-handedly, I'll go because I can probably summon another healing elixir.
Yo, you coming?
Yeah, I'll come with.
All right, let's go.
Hero,
If he ain't killed like 8 guys by himself, kick his ass.
he ain't killed like 8
Don't do
guys.
that. That's not a good idea.
Hero looks at Voracious and goes, and if there is a need for healing, do just call.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Archie looks at Voracious and goes, as they're walking out, and goes, "Don't worry, he's just fucking kidding. I wouldn't win as many fights as I do if I picked the wrong people to fight."
Yeah, no, you don't fuck with the Adventurers Guild. I mean, you can, but it is a guild full of people who regularly fist fight dire bears. I don't know.
I fought a dude who kind of looked like a dire bear once.
Uh-huh. One of my professors looked like a bear. He was actually a fae, but you know.
I think this guy was just ugly, and then just head on out of the.
Hero, as you pour one of your homemade mixed drinks, a head sticks out. A person's head sticks out of a sigil on the back of the bar, and you recognize the bartender. And he's like, "Is it over? Are they gone?"
Yes, it's all quite finished.
Excellent. I noticed none of you followed me into the sigil.
Correct. You did not indicate in any way where that was or where it was headed.
Oh, apologies. I thought you. He points at a fucking sign, like a very small sign that's like on the wall behind the bar, and it's like there's instructions. There's a big red.
We will. That is not big or red, and we will have a conversation about readability at some other point. Now, are you ready to return to work?
I suppose I am.
Excellent. I need a limoncello gin Collins, absolutely stat. And the other gentleman presumably needs similarly refreshing drinks. Do ask if you need any further inspiration.
Coming right up, I think.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And Hero goes and takes himself to one of the more comfortable chairs in the dining car, takes out like a ream of paper and starts reading back over the latest score. No, starts reading over the latest score that he's been learning for the violin.
As drinks are being made and passed out, we are going to follow Archie.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh yeah, Einan, go.
Hero over
Oh.
like tiny little gold rim glasses from the like further down the car goes, and we'll be needing another one of those, please.
Coming right up. The bartender makes a little mixed, like a mixed drink, and I guess, am I pouring this into this bottle or? Oh, okay. Pour.
This guy's had such a weird day.
He takes the silver piece, grabs 4 copper pieces, and do you want your change bottle? Okay, sure. He puts the copper pieces in his own tip jar, I guess. Thank you.
Hero literally, without taking his eyes off the piece of like music he's reading, picks it up, opens his jacket, puts it in the inner jacket pocket, and just continues what he's doing. Without a
strangely
pause.
mobile bottle. This is how do
Yes,
genie
it's really
bottles?
thick. Maybe it's crystal. Don't worry about it.
This is
Don't
like a
worry about it.
How do genie bottles get lost for centuries if they're this ambulatory?
No, that's how they get lost for centuries. Like you put them down and they fuck off. Yeah, no, 100%.
I guess, yeah. But yeah, we're gonna camera pans down away from this very confused bartender as we follow Voracious, Archie, and Yote to the other side of the train. When the 3 of you arrive in the forward first class dining car, you see you see like a fucking barrel-chested minotaur man wearing like layered heavy armor, tossing what appears to be the final corpse out of the train.
And then you see he had me around the neck, so I fucking broke his nose with my head. And I tried to throw him over, but he was fucking big. Like I said, he kind of looked like a bear. So I just repeatedly slammed the back of my head into his face until he dropped.
That would do it. Verashis is not paying attention to Archie suddenly.
I got about I think I won like 10 gold on that fight. It wasn't too bad.
Can I help you all with something?
Oh yeah, we're just coming to see how you fared. We had some trouble up at our car, and they people trying to shoot us and whatnot, and we handled it. But we were told you were technically supposed to handle it, I guess.
Apologies, they had some form of probably a wizard or a sorcerer on this end. He locked the door between here and the steerage cart.
Oh, we were down in the first class dining car.
No, yes, but
The other one.
you have to pass through steerage to get there.
Yeah. No wizards, just a lot of guns.
Oh.
I got shot. Did I get shot? Yeah, I got shot.
Are you okay? I have a healing potion if you need it.
No, I'm good. I'll walk it off. I also got burned and hit by ice, but that wasn't them.
Are you sure you don't want to? It's a little. You don't really walk off being shot most of the time.
That'd be all right. Really?
Well,
no, I'm fine.
Well,
I've had worse.
Well, I appreciate you handling the back half of the cart. It should, like you said, it should have been. I should have been able to do it, but it appears that I was otherwise indisposed of. Are you okay? Hold on, actually, Verashis, go ahead and have you worked the Fairhaven to Passage train in the past?
Probably not, because the way I figured it was Verashis worked the one train, which might have done different routes, but it would have still been the same train. Because the way the book doesn't really go into it, but it does talk about like the head of the house has his own specific train that's like the Silver Bullet or something. So it seems like the focus is put more on like individual trains, like the Flying Scotsman, because it's the fucking 1920s / Victorian era.
Is everybody okay? I see that you're also an employee of the train. Anything to report? Any injuries?
Does he see that? How does he see that? I'm not wearing my uniform.
You got the hat on.
You got the vibe.
Hat on.
Huh?
I do not got the hat on.
You were casting spells earlier.
I do. Different hat.
You have multiple hats with wands in them?
He has one hat that he could fit his wand through.
You have to use your wand during your job. Is that not your job? Is the hat not part of the uniform? You made the uniform.
Listen. It's fine. He's not wearing his uniform right now. It's a different horn. Don't think about it.
He's got multiple hats. All of them have a space for the wand. It's a costume thing. Don't worry about it, darling.
One hat. It's got a space for the horn. He's not wearing it.
Okay, fine. Well, regardless, you were at the other end. Are there any wounded? Any Again,
The,
I have healing potions, scrolls.
the pilot was wounded, but I've already given him a health potion, so he's fine. Couple of people in our cart were hurt, but I think our half brother is dealing with that. Didn't see. Did we like come across anyone that looked particularly fucked up between our car and here?
No, most of the people in the standard fare and steerage who were accosted seem to have just done the smart thing and just gave the bandits their jewelry and money because they aren't people with health bars.
Mm-hmm. And most of the people between there and here just gave them their money because the compensation thing.
Right. That's going to be expensive. Probably. Not that I actually have to worry about that at all, given that it is very distinctly not my problem.
It is 100% out of House Arane's pocket. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. At this point I'm a mercenary, so I get paid. It's whatever.
Yeah.
How many did you take out?
What?
How many did you take out?
Let's see. There was the wizard, who at one point multiplied into 5 of himself. I don't know if that counts as 1 or 5. Then
If you killed one of them, did the others dissipate, or were there just 5 of him permanently?
It was hard to keep track of. It was a pretty frantic melee, and I was the only one there. I think what happened is
5.
I think what happened is if I hit one of the copies, they turned into dust.
Sounds like he made 5 clones of himself and he killed all 5 to me. I didn't hear nothing. I wasn't here to see it. Sounds like that to me,
And then there were I want to say 5 more armed with blades and pistols. And then the birds took out the birds.
Now, we didn't manage a bird.
Looking at this guy, like, what kind of weapon is he carrying? He's a Minotaur in heavy armor.
He actually has, if you look him over, like, pretty significantly, he has a, like, you know how old-fashioned toolkits used to be, like, wrapped in cloth and you just rolled them up?
Yep.
He has a large-scale version of that just has weapons in it. He's got battle axes, long swords, at least he has a pair of like dueling pistols, a single long rifle. This guy appears to be the kind of fighter who likes to have variety in his life.
Yeah, I don't think any of us have access to the same kind of arsenal that you do. Verashis just sort of like lightly elbows Archie and then points with a finger at the fucking essentially duffel bag full of guns and swords that this guy's carrying.
Yeah. That's a lot of fucking weapons. I used to make them for a living, at least sometimes, but never really preferred to use them myself.
Well, listen, I'm sure that the one of the conductors or the person who takes the tickets, the stewards, explained that even in self-defense, any non-guild approved killing requires an investigation. But I'm gonna do something to help you out because you helped me out clearing the back half of the train. He reaches into he reaches up and like pulls his own personal luggage down from like the top of the train, like the racks on the top of the train, and he opens it and he starts digging through it and he pulls out a fistful of like necklaces that all have a bronze, like just a single strip of bronze on them. Here. Actually, how many are you? I mean, I see the three of you, but
6.
cool. Take these. Congratulations.
What are these?
Those are marks of accomplishment. You're all officially bronze ranked adventurers.
Well, they kind of already know we're not adventurers.
That's
Varash is also
unfortunate. I'm
raised.
deputizing you.
Wait, what do you say?
Does this mean we have to pay the guild fees?
No.
Shit. Thank you.
Well, you don't have to pay them this year. I'll pay them this year, but
Huh.
no, I'm deputizing you, the 6 of you. You are officially bronze ranked adventurers. I'll take the heat for it. But yeah, also, any major city, you should be able to find at least some work. As bronze is the lowest possible rank you can be in an adventurer's guild, so it won't be good work, but it'll be work.
Look, I appreciate that and all. But
Varash is
what's
going to
the
take
catch?
necklaces.
There's always a catch of some kind, right? Like, what's
Yeah,
your angle?
My angle is I don't want to see 6 do-gooders wrapped up in an 8-month-long investigation over the deaths of, 6 fucking bandits?
Verashis just sort of puts doesn't put a hand on Archie's shoulder, but sort of put a hand up to Archie's shoulder and just whispers in his ear, like, you remember how for the last 100 years, the high houses all kind of fought amongst themselves while the world went to shit? The Adventurers Guild didn't do that. They're like, it's pretty cushy.
And he kind of, the Archie kind of turns and just goes, the world is still shit. But thank you, I suppose. Name's Archibald. You can call me Archie. Reaches out a hand towards him.
Barrister. He shakes your hand. Archie, you're a half-orc, right?
Yeah.
This dude's like gotta fucking shake your hand with like just 3 of his fingers.
Ah, good grip. You got good hands. You ever been a fighter? You know, boxing.
Oh, I mean, I dabbled in my youth, but I dabbled in my youth, but I found that having a weapon in my hands was more my style.
Oh no, that's fair. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. Neither's the cauliflower ear, the concussions. But yeah, you could do well.
Well, I'm not sure the Sharn boxing scene pays as well as House Orien, and this is generally a pretty cushy job.
No, I can guarantee you it does not pay as well. It's a fun time though. If you're in for the life, it's a fun time.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I guess we appreciate it.
Yeah. Everybody's got to start somewhere, and I recognize that the way the guilds are run nowadays, it can be a little expensive for new blood to get involved. So. And he thumbs the necklace he's wearing, which has like a shard of obsidian in it. I'm pretty high up there, so I get a lot of leeway in what I do.
Well, we'll try not to make you regret it.
Anyways, I have to go check with the conductors. Make sure that everybody's accounted for.
All right, we'll get out of your hair then, and if you're ever in Sean, you ask around for either Archie or the Brute and the Bowler, and we'll it's not maybe cushy, but we know the best places to drink.
I'll keep that in mind.
Does this mean that the Adventurers Guild is now our patron?
In what way?
In the way that parties have patrons? If you didn't think about that, that's fine. Never mind. Just patron adventurers groups. Patron. Don't. It's fine.
Hold on, I'm reading this.
It's page 65. I thought that was what was happening.
No, that tracks. That's that. I don't know if it's the Clifftop Guild specifically, but
it gives a couple of examples of the Clifftop Guild, Guildhall, and a couple of others, but those are just examples. I think it's the patron is basically. I think it's more for where are you going to get your adventures from type thing, because your patron can be the Adventurers Guild, it can be one of the high houses, it can be the Boromar clan, which is a criminal organization in Sharn.
I think it's not necessarily your patron yet, because you are deputized adventurers until you go and go to a guild hall and actively finish signing up. You're just kind of you're like freelancers almost.
Also, I was wrong. It wasn't 70. It was 13 gold per person. I think I pulled the 70 out of the oh god, that's how much it's going to be for each of us.
Oh, for
It's
the
still
whole group.
13 gold per year is more than non. I mean, it makes sense because it's an adventurer's guild, but that's more than most people make.
Yeah, your average farmer's pulling in a silver piece a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll head back. Yacht, you got anything?
I don't think so.
All right. The group heads. Y'all head back to your half of the cart. Voracious, when you get back, do you hand out everybody's new bling?
Yeah. I guess he'll give Garrick his necklace. He'll give Hero his necklace, and then he'll knock on the bottle, just with a knuckle, just very lightly, and then put the necklace in front of. Oh no, the bottle's no longer on the table. Yeah. So Voracious will hand Hero his necklace, and then look around and be like, "Did I didn't get up?"
Hero opens his jacket on the same side, and just the tippy top of the bowl is showing.
Oh.
He's like, I thought this was best.
Save someone pouring it out. And then Voracious will do the little knock on the bottom, just sort of hold the necklace out near the top of it.
Yeah, we can call. We'll call what's happened a short rest.
It felt polite. Here you go, Malikan. You're a bona fide adventurer, kind of. And holds it out to you. He gestures backwards with a thumb, like towards the door they came in from. It's like the adventurer in the other cart decided to deputize all of us for the services we rendered, I suppose. Mostly just to stop us getting in legal trouble when the trade stops. Mm-hmm. I feel like you can probably keep it in your bag. It's fine.
Yeah, so it's like it's a silver. It's like a rough silver chain with a strip of like bronze metal. At one on one part of it.
So it's a bronze
Right.
Adventurers Guild token.
Yeah, it's like a
How long
license.
was I out? Did you speak to the guy?
Yeah, no, he thanked us for helping him out because we cleared out this end because he was stuck up on that end, and he gave us these. I guess he's deputizing us or something as part of his Adventures Guild. It's mostly so we don't get in legal trouble. I do have a feeling, like, you know me, I don't trust that fucking easy, but like, yeah, maybe he's on the level, maybe he's not. But if it gets us out of anything, I suppose it's all right.
Deputized. Holy shit! I thought these were just souvenirs. I thought you got one for everybody.
Hang on.
No, we duly deputized.
Wow, you think there's any this sounds like a swell guy. I wish I'd met him.
Voracious is gonna like sit down at one of the free tape. Are there tables along the side and also the bar, or is it just the bar?
There are like.
I think we established there were booths last time.
Yeah, there's booths.
Okay, Voracious is gonna sit down in the least glass-covered booth.
Apologies. In the time since you've been gone, the pilot came through and fixed the windows.
Great. So Voracious is gonna sit down in the nearest booth, lay the necklace out on the table, and is just gonna two fingers out on both hands over the top of the necklace, is gonna mutter an incantation to himself, and is gonna cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Just a check.
Yeah, it's it is magical. Specifically, it has a very, very faint aura of divination magic.
Voracious sort of sits back, looks at everyone else, and goes, I wouldn't recommend wearing them once we're off the train. Shove them in a pair of socks or something in your bag. They've got
Well, when we're done, and Archie holds up his bag of holding.
Either way works. They've got a light bit of divination magic on them. Can't tell right now if it means that someone can hear us or if it's just to keep track of us or whatever, but there's something.
Does Archie know that, like, does Archie know, like, how the bag works? Like, it's in another plane of existence, so yeah, it should cancel out any divination magic, blah, 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 blah. Archie's not trained in a lot, but Archie's not stupid. So, like, does Archie know that?
Well, actually, here's the thing. Magic items in Eberron are a lot more common. So, like, where in like a standard D&D,
Yote would know.
Yeah, in like a standard D&D setting, a bag of holding is like a wondrous item. In Eberron, you can buy a bag of holding in like a fucking market.
Yeah, turn to Yote, be like, Yote, you do magical stuff. You make stuff, right? If we put something in the bag, couldn't they still hear and see us?
Nope.
I don't believe so.
Okay, cool.
All right, mine's going in the bag too. See, this is why I didn't want one of those new smart stones. Like, you never know when they could just be listening to you the whole time.
Yeah, hold on to it till we're at least out of this place. You know, they know where we are. We're on the fucking train. Whoop-de-doo.
Remember when we were talking to that guy at a smart stone and we were walking along and I was like, man, I could really go fucking pretzel right now. And then like a minute later, I turned the corner and there's a guy setting up a pretzel stand. Like, you tell me that's not a coincidence?
Yeah, I know. I remember. I told you Jeb's always there on Tuesdays, but
Well, so you say, but yeah.
Varasha squints at Garrick and then just pockets the necklace for now. And then sort of goes, all right, is anyone else hurt or is it just you? And points at Archie.
well, I mean, I was shot, but like in the thing, I don't think the bullet's out of me yet. But
Oh, God.
Hero cast a spell on me and healed me back up.
I took
I
one of the
also-
side,
I
but
also-
I'm good now.
I also got, because I think we took a short rest last time. I rolled a hit dice, so I am back at max. But I guess technically the bullet's still in. I don't know if it.
Oh, did you receive a magical healing at any point?
No, I actually, now that I'm looking at this, I think I only healed up with a hit dice.
Yeah, that bullet's in there.
Oh, hang on. And fucking Varashas will go over to you and just be like, where the fuck were you shot?
I think it was. Might have been I don't remember if it was full on in the shoulder or.
I think it was a critical hit, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
it was pretty in there.
Yeah, no, I didn't. The only thing I cast was Song of Rest, which does maximize your hit dice, but it's still your hit dice healing you.
So if you like indicate your shoulder as a place you have been shot?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
In which case, I'm pretty sure I technically have 0 first level spell slots left. So, Varashis is gonna like at first just like undo the top 2 buttons of your shirt just to expose the shoulder. Look at the fucking like gnarled wound, presumably that happens when I have to imagine a lead ball tears into your shoulder. Like
so because
these aren't like like modern bullets, right? These are still
lead balls.
Yeah, they do a shit ton of damage.
So technically, because I was raging, it actually didn't hurt me as badly, and I was able to heal back up fully with that maximization of the hit dice. So, like, for as bad as it is, it doesn't look it.
Also, Hero is listening, but has already said that he has healing spells and is not going to interfere in this unless it's necessary.
Can I do a medicine check to see how the wound looks?
Sure.
Ugh, 8.
You examine the wound. You examine the back. You examine you examine the entry wound, and you are the first to notice this. You examine the exit wound. And you are mystified because by all rights, Archie shouldn't have a shoulder bone right now, but somehow it went through his fucking shoulder, like his shoulder blade, and he has miraculously regrown that part of his bone in the last hour.
So Varashis is gonna lightly like tap the shoulder just at the back, just above where the fucking bullet hole is, and be like, so the bullet came out the other side? You sure you weren't exposed to healing magic?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, congrats, you still have a shoulder. That is an impressive achievement. I also just realized I do have spell slots. I thought I'd miscounted them. I forgot that you get to recover spell slots on a short rest. So he's gonna say a little incantation again. And hand fucking Archie one of those and be like, I know you said you feel fine. For my peace of mind, please just fucking drink this. There stops being a hole in your
All right,
shoulder.
I can do that. Yeah. Yeah, no, I've always taken kind of like shifting the shoulder a little bit, like kind of rubbing it. I've always taken wounds and things well. It's why I did well in the ring. And Archie drinks the potion.
Well, you don't have any healing points to heal. But
No, but Vrash has asked me to drink it. So.
No, I know. But the remnants of the wound stitch back together, and all that you are left with is like a very small divot of a scar.
Am I sobered up now too?
No, because this doesn't clear the poisoned condition.
There we go. Cool. Yeah. Oh, that's not too bad. That won't be a bad scar, will it? I could say I got shot on the train. I like that.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
had worse, but you got something you can point at.
No, I got way worse.
Varasha sort of lightly pats you on the shoulder and goes back to walks back over to his booth for a second, then turns around and is like, and no one else is hiding any through and through gunshot wounds. Excellent.
I think I'm good. I even fixed up my jacket. Look, it's brand new.
Mending's good.
Technically, I think Heroes was great. Except I nearly died, so let me double check that bad boy. Oh no, I don't see it. I can't see that, so Harley, you would have to check.
Oh, I mean, was it a hit or was it a critical hit?
I can't tell you that because I don't think I can see your rolls from here.
I mean, I don't hide my rolls. I guess the issue is that these guys aren't from off a character sheet, so.
We can see your rolls, but we can't see them with any context. Like I can see at one point you rolled 1d20 plus 5, but I don't know what that was about.
Yeah,
Right.
no, it's difficult to know when.
That's-
So essentially,
that's
Hero got shot, and was pretty low until he rested. But we're also very squishy, so there's no guarantee that that was to do with the crit and not just to do with the fact that I have 21 hit points.
I'm pretty sure I only rolled the one crit, and it was against
Archie.
it was against Archie. So we'll call yours a grazing hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It looks like I've only rolled one maximized hit dice anyway to recover it, so presumably it can't have been a crit if it's only been cured with a maximized a Song of Rested 1d8. So it's a grazing. So yes, no through and through here, friend.
Excellent. And Varashis will sit back down and just kind of like take a moment to just go, because no one like to everyone else this may be like, yeah, that was a fucked up thing that happened. Varashis has context for knowing this shit doesn't happen on the train.
Oh yeah, no, this is the lightning rail is usually far too fast for like banditry to be an issue. This was like a wildly out of the blue kind of thing to happen. However, unless anybody has anything else they would like to do, speak now or hold your peace. The rest of the trip to Passage passes uneventfully. The members of staff come through to prestidigitation away any blood splatters or sticky messes on the carpeting of the train. This is first class, and you know that shit's carpeted. Who the fuck is lighting off fireworks? 4th of July's over. Stop doing that. But yeah, the rest of the trip passes uneventfully, and you arrive in Passage just as we'll call it just at sundown. Given that you are given that you've been deputized, you are not stopped by any investigative services. Barrister, on your way out of the train, motions to the local guard and explains to them that you're deputy adventurers who were working under him at the time. And they take one look at his obsidian necklace and immediately stop asking questions.
Are we getting our compensation?
And you are compensated for your, quote, stolen goods. Each of you receives 62-ish gold.
And whatever came from that original bag that Archie lifted off the dead man.
Archie
believe
still
that-
has that in the
I believe
bag
that
for right
was 300 gold.
now. It is
that's-
300 gold. Archie's not giving it out until we're like
Safe. Okay, so
Safe.
it's just 62 for now.
So
It's-
Varashis will look at the small. How did they give it to us? In a sack? Little sacks?
They're banknotes.
Oh, neat. Varashis will
pass
look
it-
at the. Ooh.
Sorry. Passage is a large enough city to be integrated into the into Sharn's mystical bank system.
Great. Varashis will look at the small wad of banknotes he was handed and just look at everyone else and go, Gold Dragon?
what's that?
The tavern system.
Oh, a tavern. Hell yeah, let's go.
He looks over at Yo and is like, you know what the fucking Gold Dragon is, right?
I could not hear that. What?
You know what the Gold Dragon is, right?
Not very positive. And then he tilts his head kind of sideways.
Oh my god.
Isn't the gold dragon like a chain?
Yes.
There are a
thank you.
series of excellent. I love a Witherspoons.
All right.
Man, I can't remember the last time I walked into a tavern with folding money. Let's do this.
Gold Dragon Inns are a franchise of House Galanda, so they are pretty cushy.
Canonically
Do
now
they have,
Witherspoons. Fuck them.
Do they have gambling at this establishment? Do you know?
Fucking it'll depend on the inn and what the patron lets you get away with, if I'm honest.
The
Fair enough.
franchised.
It's but it's run by the Mark of Hospitality
I-
houses.
I don't know what that word means.
It's
What part?
it's
What
when
part
you
of
convince an individual trader that they'll do far better if they pay you a modest sum to use their name for greater esteem, and usually some
franchise.
organizational benefit.
Oh, that really doesn't have any. I mean, all right, if you say so.
It means that a rule at the passage does not necessarily reflect rules elsewhere unless it's been passed down by the chain. Don't worry about it, Dave. It's surely nothing to worry about.
Listen, once I
Basic-
walk in there and buy surf and turf for everybody, I don't think they're gonna particularly care. What
Ooh,
the
a
fuck
fucking
I'm
surf
doing.
and turf. Oh, I need a good fucking surf and turf.
It's been so
Let's-
long, brother.
It's
We
been
gotta
so
do it.
fucking long, brother.
I'm having a steak.
I just want to
That's
point
the
out
turf
for the
part.
hold on. I just want to point out for the twins. You are about. Oh, I guess the bay is right there, actually. Yeah, never mind. I was
Hero,
gonna
I-
say y'all are like several thousand fucking kilometers away from an ocean, and then I forgot there's an ocean on the top of the continent too.
Hero, as they're walking, pulls out another round of cigars that he'd picked up before he got off the train because he's not stupid, and hands those out to everyone who wants one.
Hey, well, look at that. Thank you very much.
Varashis takes
Oh,
one.
thank you.
Varashis takes one, then just passes it to Archie and takes his own pipe out.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, brother, you like them more. You take the 2. I just have the 1.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Verashis looks down at
Uh,
you and goes, "Have you ever smoked before?"
Einan,
Cigar's
Einan,
not a great place to start.
This is probably not.
Einan, you alone hear like a deep kind of like velvety smooth voice in your mind that says, it's a damn good cigar.
It's a fairly reasonable cigar. Sure, certainly there are better, there are more artisan cigars, but I would say it's a fairly fine cigar.
Out of all the things Hero said about first class, one of the things that was actually true was that they do tend to carry good quality shit.
It's rather the point. Veracruz isn't wrong. If you haven't smoked before, a cigar is probably not the best place. But if you were going to try a cigar for your first smoke, this would not be a bad cigar to try.
I don't. No, we're not. Listen. If the kid wants something, he can have one of my cigarettes. But let's get to the bar.
The voice comes back and says, "You got this. Don't worry about it." I mean, technically speaking, I can't smoke it because I'm stuck in the bottle. And only you can eat and drink things inside the bottle. Well, no, but like I still wouldn't be able to touch it because it's yours. You know, that's the exchange of power happening here. You know, I'm stuck in here. This is a prison for me, but for you, it's a little hidey hole. You know, you have a lot more freedom in here than I do. The closest I can get to smoking it is you smoking it and me watching, basically. Like I live. Well, it's like vicarious. It's not like I'm, you know, possessing you or anything. It's just a vicarious pleasure.
Since Einan's having a whole conversation in her head right now, can I roll insight to try and detect what kind of face journey is going on right now, or if she's just like holding it completely steady? Fair.
There is still a bit of a face journey happening. Yeah, well, no, I'm just when I say you got this, I just, you know, as a djinn, I've always appreciated a good smoke, and as my warlock, a portion of the things that I can do flow down to you, and I've never had an issue smoking, so you probably won't either.
Hey, listen, you don't have to if you don't want it, but I'll show you the right way to do it. Okay?
Yeah, no. We're not gonna peer pressure you or nothing,
Yeah,
kid.
no.
That's, you probably shouldn't smoke. You're a little young. Don't be like me and my brother, huh?
Yeah.
If she can't
Oh.
drink, she probably shouldn't be smoking.
Although we did just survive a particularly harrowing incident, so, you know, celebratory. We could call it celebratory.
You get away with a lot calling things celebratory. I tell you, Garrick, you get away with a lot calling it celebratory.
You start it, you don't like it, I'll have the rest. How's that sound?
Garrick out here angling for a third cigar.
All right, I'll show you how to hold it. Look, it's important to do things right, even if they're wrong. You understand?
No.
Never mind. Look, hold it like this, and he gets it between the other. All right, now You breathe with your mouth, not with your lungs. All right, just enough to get it started. Do not breathe in on your first puff. Do you understand? You just let the smoke come out. You smell it. It tastes nice. It feels nice.
We have not lit. No, we have not lit it yet.
He's lighting the end. Yeah.
We,
It's not doing it.
Voracious will snap his fingers and lean down with a flame on the end of his fingers and is like, we were gonna let you figure it out before lighting it. But here you go. And we'll
This is the most sibling thing we've done thus far. Like, this is like, hey, a little sibling wants to learn how to smoke with the older siblings. All right, sure, why not?
That's a real
Voracious will light the end of your cigar.
Like a little puff with your mouth, not with the lungs, with the mouth, just enough to get some of the smoke out.
Like
the voice pops in like you're sucking something through a straw rather than trying to breathe. Einan, go ahead and give me a Constitution save with advantage.
Roll for cigar enjoyment.
The most irresponsible adults.
It's like you enjoy it almost to the point that you're pretty sure like at least half of the enjoyment is because of the gin on your hip. But it's like smooth, kind of vaguely spicy. But yeah, no, it's pretty. It's
So she does not cough, does not freak out.
no, perfectly fine.
Varasha squints and is like, "Are you sure you haven't smoked before?"
Well, you've done pretty good.
Yeah, well done. Well done.
Huh.
Yeah, just don't make a habit of it, all right? They are bad for you. Like, we just don't care about ourselves the way we should. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
You're
probably
be
not gonna
fine,
die from one.
kid.
No, you'll be good.
Nah, you'll be all right.
You breathe in more smoke in the middle of a city center than you're ever gonna get from one of these. You know what I'm saying?
Einan from the farm? No.
Now, if you ever want to be classy, you do it like our esteemed brother here, Varashes, who's smoking a pipe. Now, that's some classy shit.
Thank you.
Pipe says, "I'm gonna beat you at chess without even trying."
I fucking hate chess.
A pipe is particularly fine for making one's point, I have to say. A cigar is pretty good too, but pipe really is the way to go.
Oh yeah, you could point with a pipe. Like, that's the best part about it, right?
It is the
That's
best
true.
part.
Also, with a pipe, you can put whatever you want in it.
I mean, I
I
roll
don't
my
feel
own
like that is
cigarettes, so I
conver-
can do that too, but it's not nearly as classy.
So
I
That's
don't
true.
feel like there's a
The cigar
conversation
that-
with the streets, boys.
On that note, you do arrive at the entrance to Passage's Gold Dragon Inn. The picture
No
that
smoking
Al
sign.
posted, the big building with like the fucking gold dragon statues on top, that is exactly what it looks like.
Whoa.
Varashius raises two arms in the air and is just like, "Oh, one bed."
The Hilton. It'll do.
And as we enter, Varashius will start explaining the difference between a cigar and a pipe and why, like, cigars full of leaves. You shove the leaves in a pipe, you can change it out, can't change out a cigar, blah, 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 blah.
Do not.
Don't smoke,
Smoking-
kids.
smoking,
Smoking is bad.
That's just the state of California, though.
So if you're gonna smoke, don't do it in California. Everywhere else it's fine.
In Eberron.
It's the 20s.
There's a fine
You
cloud of
open the
smoke.
door to walk. You open the door to walk in, and you are just fully buffeted by a cloud of fucking like 40 different kinds of smoke.
Yeah, let's be clear. The sign on the door says no shirt, no shoes, no smoke, no service.
God, I miss a good tavern.
Oh my god,
Uh,
we robbed here quick a cigar.
You Hero just fully swallows the first one just to get the second one.
Now you're seeing, now you understand. Yep.
Just fucking-
But
Archie.
he does have the big, like, cigar-shaped, like, thing in his throat from where he swallowed the last one.
He's fine, he's like a bird. He's got a separate gullet just for cigar.
just for cigar. Jesus Christ. No, y'all enter the Passages Gold Dragon Inn. It is a relatively like important stop on the train line, actually. I found out. Like Passage has one of the largest lightning rail maintenance facilities in the northern half of the continent. So there's a fairly wide variety of peoples in the Gold Dragon Inn who either work for the trains or are passengers on the trains. So it's kind of bumping in here, actually. There's like a stage, there's like a full stage on one side of the common area.
Ooh,
Where
it's someone
there-
playing jazz! Ooh, it's someone playing jazz!
Someone is playing, there is a jazz
Oh.
band
Interesting.
playing. The center of the area is like a combination dining area, and then there's like a single kind of like there's like 2 tables set aside for people to like play dice games or card games.
Are there the round tables up near the front of the stage?
Yes.
Great. Verashis is gonna like point to those tables and sort of put his arms behind everyone else and just be like, "We're going over there. Those are the best seats in the fucking house."
I'd agree. I'm coming.
On the opposite side of the common area from the stage, there is like a bar, like a fully stocked bar. The bartender appears to be there's actually 2 bartenders. It's a pair of it's like a goblin and a kobold who are wearing like incredibly dapper outfits that kind of don't fit a little bit. They are working triple time.
Now, kid, one thing I'm going to tell you right now that I think everybody here would agree. You see those 2 guys behind the bar? You treat them fucking right. You always treat the bartenders good, better than anybody else. You always treat servers and shit like that well, but you always treat the bartender best.
Verashis gives Hero a look.
Hero is not listening. Hero is transfixed on the band. Can I roll to see how good they are?
You absolutely may. Go ahead and give me a D100.
Roll well. Don't do this to Verashis.
Mid. Decidedly mid.
I see you looking. You think, hey, I'll go up there. I'll play something, make them look good, huh?
That is that's quite the
Look, let's all
it
eat
had occurred
first,
to
all right?
me. It's
You gotta
true.
eat first, Hero. You gotta keep up your strength.
That means I have to listen to them in the meantime.
Yup. Your dad,
I'd
Lou.
wait until we'd spent some more coin before you're asking things like that. It's likely to
Yeah,
engage
let's spend some
Awesome.
money first, and then we'll see.
Speaking of
Good idea.
spending money,
They're
it
also-
is. Sorry, go ahead.
They're also quite busy, so okay.
Speaking of spending money, you're sat for less than 2 minutes before a waiter arrives at your table and says, "Can I get you all some drinks to get started? Appetizers?"
Yes.
Do you have boneless wings?
Let's
Yes, we absolutely. Well, that depends. Do you want your boneless wings to actually be deboned wings, or do you want like or are you looking for like the more traditional chunks of chunks of breast meat?
I will take chunks of breast meat, please. Can I have
Can I
nuggets
have
and
chicken
mustard?
nuggets, please?
I'm sure, like, she's used to a stew. She's a farm girl.
Mm.
We're right on the water at the bay, right? Or the water's right there.
Yes, you are. You can. You if you look out the window, you see Lake Galifar.
Sexy. Hero goes, a plate of mussels, please.
Archie's gonna lean down before he orders and lean over to his brother. What's an appetizer? What is that?
The appetizer is the thing that you eat before you eat. It's contradictory,
Yo,
but it's
Yo
like, you know,
hears this and he just goes, "It's the best invention ever made. A meal before your meal."
I mean, that sounds good to me. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
a whiskey and a surf and turf, if that's all right.
As an appetizer?
No appetizer.
Oh well,
Yeah.
I don't. What do you get as an appetizer? I don't.
Get the boy beer patted mushrooms.
Oh, that
The
sounds good.
waiter leans over Archie and points at a short section at the beginning of the menu and says, "These are the appetizers we currently have available. We have stuffed mushrooms, the hot wings from the bar. We can do a plate of variety variety fried goods."
I like variety, sure.
I'd suggest the stuffed mushrooms myself, but the variety will certainly be exciting.
Archie
Uh,
looks the slightest bit embarrassed. It's just like, yeah, sure, whatever. That sounds good to me.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. No need to be.
I'll take the variety bowl as well. And are you wanting to take our mains order now, or do you want to wait until you brought us the starters?
I can take your mains now if you'd like, or you can wait. We're a little busy, but not more so than usual. So it's-
Before we do that, show of hands. Who here has not had steak and shrimp at the same time?
I haven't.
All right, that's a surf and turf.
It's
what
delicious.
what
Trust
did
me,
you
kids,
say,
you're gonna
Yo?
love it.
Yeah,
I also have not had surf and turf. I will take a surf and turf.
All right, so that's 4 surf and turfs. Do I hear a 5?
Voracious raises a hand and says, they had me at stake.
All right, 5. Looks at Hero.
Mussels is an appetizer, followed by the surf and turf, please. Yes, thank you.
All right, so we've got the variety platter. We've got some wings. We've got stuffed mushrooms. 6 surf and turfs drinks.
Many.
I'll have I'll have a whatever you got on tap and the whiskey.
Excellent.
Get me a Mai Tai, wouldn't you, dear? Thank you.
Isn't that a fighting style?
That's Muay Thai, dear. A Mai Tai is rather an interesting drink. I'll let you try mine if you're lucky.
Okay.
I want something fruity, alcoholic, and water for the table, please.
Excellent. That should be manageable. Why is this in meters and not miles like it should be?
I mean, did you even manage to scale the map per the fucking absolutely shit scale?
absolutely, I did.
Oh wow.
If you go up here, this is roughly 1,000 miles.
Huh. Yeah,
How
no.
long? Go ahead. Sorry.
No, that was me out of character being like, yeah, no, everyone's scale's fucking stupid.
So, well, before the waiter leaves, here's gonna. Roughly, how long will it be till the appetizers appear?
Well, we do strive to have as efficient a service as possible. So, given how busy it is tonight, no more than 10 minutes.
That's pretty good.
That sounds good to me.
That's very speedy.
It sounds good to me.
Before you go, Garrett's gonna just like palm 3 gold pieces into his hand and just be like, one for you, one for each of the chefs. You ask us to look out the good cuts, huh?
I'll make sure it gets done, sir.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Where did you learn about good cuts and shit? Like, where did you learn this shit, Garrick?
I don't know. I heard somebody say it. I thought I'd try it out.
I was gonna say, did you do this while I was doing time? What were you?
He's a
What
bit
the
of
fuck were you doing?
Hanging around a butcher's shop, presumably. Basically, the poor, and he uses quotation marks, the poor cuts of meat is just the bit that's a bit fattier, it's a bit chewer, it holds a bit less flavor. The good cuts of meat, they're meant to, looks at Hero, what's the phrase that's normally used? It's like melt in your mouth. That's the common one, right? It's good.
Yes, there's a number of things that can make a cut good or bad depending on how you're using it. It's usually down to how it's being prepared. So yes, you've brought a particularly quick study. I'm very proud. I'm choosing to take credit for this one, whether or not it was myself or just good influence. I'm not particularly concerned for now.
Yeah, last time I
Hey.
ate at a place like this, it was with Mr. Cheeks, and that wasn't a pleasant conversation. So I hope this will be nicer.
Yeah, you don't want to know why they called him that.
Yeah, it's all right. He's an asshole. He's my boss. You don't worry about it.
He's also a big guy. I think that's where the nickname came from.
Archie cannot suppress a laugh at that.
I heard his shadow once killed a dog.
What?
What?
Yeah, I fucking
He's
heard
a big
that.
guy, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's so fucking big, all right.
Even Yo, who's heard like a turn of phrase before, is just like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
What the fuck are you talking?
He's a big guy. So that's all I'm saying.
Big ego, maybe.
For anybody keeping track,
Go ahead, Harley.
I was gonna say, for anybody keeping track, your drinks and appetizers arrive 9 minutes and 32 seconds.
That's not bad.
Is solidly not keeping track. Verashis is enjoying the music.
You know, Hero is not keeping track, but when they drop it off, Hero goes, I'm not particularly concerned, but how long is it likely to be between when you collect our plates for the appetizers and the main?
Probably, I mean, given you'd want your food to settle a little bit, between 15 and 20 minutes, likely.
Wonderful, excellent news. Thank you so much.
It's weird. Such a weird thing to be asked. Never been asked about the times before.
He's used to a different brand of establishment. He
That's
doesn't.
absolutely not why I'm asking. You make such assumptions. I'm asking because it's 10 minutes is hardly enough to do even half a set. However, if I'm going to make myself availed of the musicians of the day, 20 minutes is a much more reasonable amount of time. So once I've finished my appetizer, assuming
Why
that there
don't
is
you?
some lead time between when I finish and when they pick up the plates, I can go and introduce myself and play some songs with and he's going to look over and gently go, lads, before it's time to come back for the main. I think that's entirely reasonable. And I can
I
only do
don't.
that if I have the information.
So the stage, they do sometimes open it up to volunteers, but generally they kind of have like a house band that they pay to do this kind of
I'm
thing.
intending on playing with the house band, dear boy. I've no intention of usurping their spot. That would be terrible.
Sorry for butting in, but if you want to play with the band, you might want to take it up with Cart before you do.
Which one's Cat?
She points over at the kobold. He is the franchisee. He runs the establishment.
Excellent. Could you let him know at his convenience that I'd quite like to talk to him? Thank you.
I mean, you have to go to him. He's very busy.
Ah, excellent. Okay. If you pass him by, do let him know I'm going to avail myself of him shortly. Thank you.
Excellent. And your name would be?
Hero.
Okay, I'll pass that along.
Thank you.
Hey, listen, if you need any help talking to this guy, convincing him, I am practiced in the art of persuasion, let's say.
You're very good at persuading people. It's true. You're good at. You should one day. You should get up and you should do one of your little. He's got a great act, like a street magician type bit. It's really great. I fucking love watching it. When I get a chance to watch it, and I'm not working the crowd,
You're a
Street
street
magic.
magician. That explains the hat.
Yeah, it's an affectation, what can I say?
Street magic is quite the art. Being able to pull off such a con with people so up close. It really is very clever.
I'm sure the psionic power does help a little bit.
We don't detract from the art.
Well, yeah, I mean, you say to somebody, think of a number. If you can, from the get-go, know what that number is, yeah, it makes things a lot easier. But no, most of my stuff is illusion-based. I create small battle scenes or plays, or I'll ask someone, think of an animal, a small animal. I make it appear from the hat, stuff like that.
Fun. I tend to use the fire.
Fire is good. Fire is flashy, so it always gets a reaction.
This has the makings of a beautiful act.
I mean, I did. Maybe you all. I prefer. I hit people for a living, so
I'm sure you have
a different way.
depths, Archie.
Not really.
How
I was.
dare you imply that? I am shallow as a butt.
Yeah, how dare? No, I mean, I was a smith until I wasn't, and then, I did some fighting, and
Smithy's quite an art form. Takes hard work to make a good weapon.
yeah, well, I made okay weapons. I'm not gonna sit here and toot my own horn or nothing. That was all right.
Do you make horns?
It's an expression, hero. It just means I'm not gonna sit here and brag.
I know. I was just interested because the segue between weaponry and some of the more brutish instruments, and that is a whole other market.
I've never made it, never tried. I mostly did. mostly did larger projects as a part of with some other people, and I got laid off, which is how I got started with the fighting. And I'm pretty good at that. There's a bit of showmanship there too, you know. You gotta have a thing. My thing's the bowler. Everybody has a thing. Bear
Some
guy
guys
was
have,
the bear, you know.
So what
some
came,
guys have a catchphrase.
Fuck catchphrases. They're always so stupid. You always make it look stupid.
Brand recognition is very important.
so what came first, the bowler or the top hat?
I think I had my bowler before you had your top hat. I think.
I think so. Yeah, because you were running with a certain type of crowd before I was ever involved in that sort of thing. So
It's true. I was. Yeah.
yeah, nobody cared who he was till he put on the bowler. You know.
It's true. It's true. Nobody
He,
cared.
he starts making a little money. Suddenly, he buys me a top hat. I got an act. You know.
No, ain't that sweet.
Yeah, we got to look out for each other. You know, if I'm well off, that means he's well off. If he's doing well, that means I'm doing well. That's how we work.
Quite inspirational, boys.
You know what they say: a rising tide lifts all boats.
What did you say about your schooling? You are quite worldly.
I ain't really had no official schooling.
No, my taught us to read and write, and do our maths.
Sure.
A rising tide lifts all boats is really quite poetic.
Remember, Sharn's a very complex city.
Oh no, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, no. I mean, he's always been a small one, so he picks up things. You know.
Sure.
Gonna look at fucking what's her name?
Einen?
Yeah, gonna look at Einen, realizing that like the four of them have been talking for a minute. It's gonna be like, Einen, what would your place in the act be if you were going to have a place in the act?
What would your place in the act be if you had a place, or if you need a place in the act, if something like that?
Yeah, essentially, if you were gonna have a place in the act, what would it be?
Can you play an instrument? Can you sing?
Would you like to learn? We're a fairly well talented group here that you find yourself within, and family too. So yes, if you said you wanted to learn an instrument or to sing or to do any of the other talents we might here within us possess, I'm sure we could manage to tutor you in such a thing. Hero's eyes fucking light up because excellent. I'll show you my collection when we get back. Let you choose one of those instruments, of course. Unless you would prefer to sing, in which case we can discuss that. It's not my strong suit, but obviously it's passable enough. Oh, Hero immediately, like you don't even see where the like his hand moves so fast you don't see him put the glasses on so he can bend over and read this music.
He just snatches it up.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Like you've handed cigarettes to an addict. Like he is on that shit. Where did you get this? It's really quite interesting. Yeah. Interesting.
Hmm.
Hmm. Well, we can certainly work towards that. I will need to take some more time to study it, of course. Do you mind if I tuck it away with my other sheet music for the moment? You can have it back. I'm going to need time to read it before I work out at what level you would need to be playing in order to play it yourself. I'll give it back to you in the morning. Harry's gonna absolutely take her at her word and isn't gonna badger about it. But in this moment, having now had music actively brought up, is gonna slam the last muscle in not the most dainty way he's ever done, and go and talk to this kobold.
What about you?
What?
What would you do if you were in this little band they're creating?
Mm, I would probably play. Do saxophones exist in this world? I'd probably play saxophone.
Saxophones have
You're
to
playing
exist.
jazz,
Jazz
so
exists.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably play saxophone. Even though the saxophone would probably be as tall as me, I might need to get or I might need to create a little stand for it. But I've always been a fan of jazz.
I've always heard saxophones are sexy, right? Isn't that a thing?
hmm Except when I do it, it's not as sexy. In fact, it looks like quite a bit of effort.
I'm sure you'll get there.
Being
This is like the
the
18th
short
weird
lungs and the
coincidence.
short body, you know.
It's like all day long, these weird coincidences have been happening to me. Where literally just like an hour ago, I was saying, Alison, the saxophone is the sexiest instrument. I was like, name a sexier instrument. She couldn't. All day long.
Is that
This has been
because you
happening to me.
came? Is that because you came at her out of the blue with no warning and we just like stuck your head in and was like, the saxophone is the sexiest instrument. Name another. And she's like, ah, I didn't know you were home.
This argument's happening now.
That's how we do it over here, so you know.
Hero, you approach the bar counter. I already described it. Cart is Cart's actually pretty tall for a kobold, like almost 3'6". But he does have like a fucking footstool that he pushes around behind the cart so he can see over the bar. He's wearing like kind of slightly ill-fitting uniform. It's clearly for like a gnome or a halfling, but he's just a little too thin to fill it out. He says, "Oh, you must be Hero."
I am. Yes. Hello. I wanted to ask you a question. I understand it's terribly busy and I won't keep you. I'm a bard of some renown, and I was wondering if you would be amenable to me asking your current musicians if they would be happy for me to join and play a set or two. I have been trapped on the train for literally days, and if I do not have some actual music in my soul, I might just expire.
Are you looking to get paid, or are you doing this pro bono?
Entirely up to your fine self.
How many songs do you want him to play?
Well, I've been informed that it's going to likely be about 20 minutes between when they come and pick up our dishes for the appetizer and when they deliver our main. So, depending on the length of the song that your boys usually play, I would suggest about that time scale.
All right. Yeah, you know what? Sure. The lads up there, their music's fine, but they're a little off their game today, and honestly, I'd like to see. You said you've got a little bit of renown. I've never heard of you, but yeah,
Excellent.
you go ahead and join them up there. You do well. If you do well, maybe I'll comp part of your meal.
That would be very kind of you. Thank you so much. And Hero's gonna turn and head towards it. He absolutely has his fancy ass violin strung over his back.
Yeah. You don't see it because you turned away, but like Cart like snaps his fingers a couple times, and it makes like a very resounding, sharp sound that is somehow cuts through the din of noise perfectly, and the band winds down the song they're playing just as you get to the stage.
Beautifully done. Beautifully done, boys. Very, very skilled. Lovely. Greetings, I'm Hero. How are we all?
Working.
Understood. I did check in with Kat, and I was wondering if I might be able to join you on the stage and help play.
If that's what Cart said you could do, then sure.
Excellent. Do I understand we're going to continue playing jazz?
That is what people come here to listen to.
Wonderful. Do you have sheet music or are you entirely improving your set?
I think we might have some sheet music around here. We play the same thing, generally speaking, so most of us just kind of follow it by ear.
Wonderful. What's your set, please? Or what should we be playing over the next, let's say, half an hour?
One of the guys pulls like some sheet music out of his instrument case and passes it over to you. Probably gonna run through this set to, you said about a half an hour, to about here.
Can I roll to see if Hero already knows these songs?
Sure. Go ahead and we'll call it a performance check.
That's a 21.
Yeah, you are very familiar with these songs.
Oh,
You
wonderful.
learned these songs when you were about 5.
Wonderful boys. Excellent. Thank you so much. He's going to hand the sheet music back. Tell me where you want me to be placed and I will join your merry band.
Well, you are the guest feature, so go ahead and take center stage, I guess.
Excellent. Thank you so much, darling. And he's going to stand up, take position. Oh no, wait. He's gonna go to put one foot up on the stage, look down at what he's wearing, go, "Oh no, darling, this won't do." Click his fingers, and his outfit's gonna change into his stage ensemble.
Oh.
And then he's gonna step his way up on stage. And settle in, count them in, like toe tap, and then he's just gonna fucking go, man.
Yeah.
Glamour weave.
Go ahead and do another performance check for me.
With advantage in case I need it because he's really good at reading music. No, it's fine. Let's go.
No, actually, no.
Wait, can you?
Believe in the heart of the cards.
I will say with advantage, because you rolled very well on your pre-performance performance check.
Excellent. Okay. I trust Hero. That is a natural 20.
The next 20 minutes of music is literally heart-stoppingly good.
How's Varit?
Conflicted.
The band at first does struggle a little to keep up with you, but after a moment, the natural magic inherent in your bard song kind of seeps out and inspires them and pushes them to play better than they have in a very long time. By the time your main arrives and it's time for you to step down, there is there's a standing ovation, almost a demand for you to stay and finish the night.
Darling people, let me eat, and then I will return, of course. Eat, drink, be merry in the meantime. We will return after a short break. Tip your servers well. Let the night be merry.
Garrick stood up clapping with like a single tear rolling out of his eye.
I'm not prepared, really, I'm not.
When Hero sits down, Voracious will finish his clapping and say, I like this version of you better.
They're all the same, me, darling. You just have to learn to kind of roll with it.
That was
And
fucking.
it's gone.
That was fucking great. That was amazing. That was fantastic.
Yeah, my mom
Yes.
would love
My mother is really quite proud when she can stop being disappointed that I'm not being a spy. He's gonna wave down, like he waves down he waves at the server as she approaches the table. It's like, thank you so much, darling. Excellent, thank you so much.
Insight check. How well did Hero cover that one momentary lapse of terrible self-esteem? 4. Voracious is distracted by how good the music was. Does not notice that massive flub.
So hold on. So FYI, that is at minimum of 15 because Hero cannot roll under a 10 on deception.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. The waiter brings your food over. Everybody gets their 6 near identical plates of surf and turf. And if any of you take a moment to look around at anyone nearby who might be eating the same meal, you would notice, one, y'all have distinctly better cuts of meat on your plates. Your shrimp are, on average, about 15% bigger, and there's more of them.
Sick.
And the waiter leans down and whispers to you, Hero, Cart is very impressed. Your table's comped for the night. He'd like to speak with you after you're done eating. All of you.
Before or after the second half of the set?
At the end of the night, when you're done.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Do you need like a bouncer or something? This could be a good fucking. Do you know how many?
We have a very good bouncer.
Oh no, I was talking to my brother. But you need somebody to watch your back.
It's always a good idea to make sure one has strong men on hand because sometimes people take poorly to the artistic types. Voracious can agree to that certainly. And he kind of chuckles to himself because he thinks he's being very clever while also trying to fill his mouth with steak at the same time.
With the servers going, Garrett's just to be like, hey, if we're not paying for this, then here, he hands her another 3 gold, 1 for you, 1 for each of the chefs. All right, you done good.
Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. This looks amazing.
All right. I'll take your compliments to the chefs.
Please do. They gotta know they're doing good work.
After she goes, all right, yeah, and kid, look, so with the shrimp, you gotta pull off the tails and you gotta split it open here. You don't want to eat that. I mean, some people do, but they're fucking nuts.
What eats the entire thing while you're explaining it?
No, I mean,
Voracious winces.
Sure. It's a fucking lie.
Is that
is not a fucking lie. I'll die on this hill. The more complex structure, complex structures on a creature's body have denser calorie and mineral content.
I look at the guy who's just randomly stood up behind me to say, like, who the fuck are you? Get out of here. I'm talking to my kid sister. Who the fuck are you? No, just show them how to eat the shrimp and then dig into the steak. Very definitely not befitting the establishment we were in.
Hero, for his part, literally after he's like, oh, as to whether the nutrients are, Hero goes, yes, and I'm sure they told you that you had to peel your mushrooms before you ate them too. We've come out of the dark ages now, darling. You're fine.
Come out of the dark age.
Garrett's
The
gonna do
dark
the thing
ages,
where you, like, you-
FYI, definitely the 90s in Scotland where you peeled your mushrooms for some fucking reason.
oh Christ, yeah, why?
Why did they? Oh, anyway, not the point.
Hold
Why
on,
was that
I
a thing?
peel my mushrooms. Am I not supposed to do that?
Why? No, you
Well-
don't have to do that. As long as you've washed them, they're
I've
fine.
never heard of peeling mushrooms.
I had that either.
Well, the top
You can
layer
take
of the
the-
mushroom is exposed
Yeah.
to the air because the package it's in isn't airtight.
Yeah,
So
no, but you
peel
don't
the
need
top
to.
layer. You peel the top layer off because it's not as fresh.
No, it's not required. You might want to do it if you're putting it like raw in a salad for like texture, but otherwise, nah, you're good, bud. Also, you can eat the stem. Just,
I mean, I knew that. It's just kind of fibrous
Okay.
and chewy.
yeah, it's fine. Nutrition facts aside.
Nutrition.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, I guess we enjoy our dinner.
Yeah, about halfway through your dinner, actually, like you, Archie, you in particular notice this first, but you hear like the soft grinding of gears and the very distinct sound of heavy metal footsteps. And the chef steps up to your table and says, excuse me, I've received multiple instances of improper compensation for your meal. And the chef is a warforged whose body has had several aftermarket modifications. Instead of like the standard issue steel frame, his frame has been replaced with what appears to be animated porcelain.
Go on.
That's pretty sick.
Well,
Perez's eyebrows both shoot straight up. This is. How often do people like modify Warforged like this now?
Well, people don't modify Warforged at all because Warforged are people. Warforged modify Warforged all the time in an effort to establish a better sense of selfhood.
That's fine then.
He
Listen,
said,
chef.
I appear to have received multiple instances of improper compensation for your meals this night. I was hoping to clarify the situation.
I appreciate your candor, chef, but the money you have been given is anything but improper. This is probably the nicest meal I have had in, I don't know, what, 6, 7 years? Something like that.
He's sent a tip through.
Yeah. They come to our table, so, I feel like if we're not paying for the food, I should at least give you something,
Is that not the? It's the tip is the meal's been handled. Uh, is the tipping custom not a thing here, sir?
I do not require monetary compensation for my services, as I do not require uh, traditional methods of survival.
That's
Is there
fair,
nothing
but
you can
surely there's
help
something you
on?
want, right?
Yeah.
The satisfaction of preparing a delicious meal for my patrons is all that I require.
Wow.
I work for the I work for the Gold Dragon because it brings me satisfaction to do something with my hands besides what I was made for. I practice my craft.
And
Is
that's
there no
expensive,
one-
right? You gotta buy knives, you gotta buy pens, you gotta buy ingredients, huh?
Study the blade.
My implements are a portion of my being. They require no replacement or upkeep.
Is there no one?
Wow.
Is there no one in your circle who might benefit from the compensation we've provided? One of the things that one can do if they are not in need of financial aid is use it as an opportunity to pass that good fortune on to others who they might feel are
must
in
have a-
particular need.
Surely you got a sous chef in there with you, right? You got somebody working under you, teaching them the ways, huh?
Unfortunately, despite the progressive stance that my employer has taken, the rest of the staff do not quite associate with me.
Well, that's stupid. You're great.
You're
Thank
doing
you. That is
phenomenal
very-
work.
Thank you. That is very kind of you to say.
You know what? We're gonna change this. We're gonna change this right the fuck now. Garrick stands up and he walks over to the bar.
Garrick, can this not? We are about to talk to the proprietor of this organization, which might be a faster way to change things than with one's fists.
Hey, fists? The fuck are you talking about? My brother's the guy that does the fists, okay?
Apologize, of course.
I was simply going to go up there and give the proprietor a little extra money to hand around the rest of the staff, and say like, hey, this is on the chef. This wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for him. Maybe put him in the good books, you know what I'm saying?
You know what? I should never have doubted you for one singular moment. Pretend I never spoke.
You're completely forgiven. You know what? If he's coming over here, I'll wait.
We're going to be. It sounds like we're going to be speaking to him at some length after the show.
Well, then I look forward to the rest of the show.
I am still unsure what to do with the...
Oh, sure, yeah, your money. You know what to do? The first other staff member you bump into on the way back to the kitchen, you give them the money. You say, "Hey, that guy gave me this money. I don't know what to do with it. I don't need it. I figured I'd give it to you." You hand it to him. You watch the face light up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, pick somebody you know works hard, and you can give it to them as a sort of a thank you for working hard.
Or given that it's what 5 or 6 gold pieces at this point, if you're working alone, walk down the street and on your way home, perhaps provide it to 5 or 6 needy people. There are an abundance of things one can do when one has free floating money.
Sure, pay it forward.
An intriguing prospect. Thank you for your time.
They call it philanthropy.
Yeah, of course. If you ever want to come talk to us again while we're here, please do. We love your food. We'd love to give you a chat.
My given title was Unit 125367. My chosen name is Chef.
Hi, Jeff.
Excellent to meet you, Chef.
Did you say Jeff or Chef? I'm sorry, I'm a little hard of hearing.
Chef, as in the function I perform.
That's gonna
Well,
be easy to remember.
I just want to tell you, if that's your chosen name, then that's your name. Like, there's no two ways about it, Chef. All right.
My companion is quite correct. It is not required for you to ever provide your name to patrons such as ourselves unless you choose to. And in such cases, your chosen name is perfectly sufficient.
You are remarkably forward-thinking, if you don't
Quite.
mind my comment.
I mean, I'm not very good at thinking nothing, but that's what I feel,
It is rather difficult to think in reverse.
Well, you say that. But hey, the times are changing. People should too.
I need to
Exactly.
return to the kitchen.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they'll let us
Cheerio,
keep
chef.
you. Yeah.
Get back to your business, chef.
Tatty bye.
After we finish eating, like if we still have a lot of the some of the night left, Archie would like to go play cards.
Do you make that desire known?
Yeah, Archie's like, yeah, think I'm gonna go play some cards over there.
I've got a Talos deck.
I'd
Yeah,
love to
sure.
play
Yeah,
some
sure,
cards.
kid. I also got a deck of cards.
You know elemental empires?
Sorry, what was that?
You know elemental empires, Luke?
Oh yeah.
No, Einen. Oh my god. Luke, it means calf.
He's calling you a baby. He's calling you a baby.
Do you know how to play elemental empires?
Go ahead and just give me a flat d20 for luck.
Let's see how bad a dad Varashis was. How bad a dad.
Wow.
What's his name was? Not Varashis. Sorry.
I also have proficiency with cards.
Oh, if you have proficiency with cards, then yes, you know how to play this game.
I don't have proficiency with cards, but I would think that I would learn how to play cards in the military.
Yeah, I assume you would know.
Yote, you know the rules of the game and are just legendarily bad at it.
Well, hold on now.
Excellent. Shall we? And Varashis looks at Archie and Yote.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. So card games. Who here is playing straight and who here is cheating?
I'm cheating. Absolutely.
I'll play it straight at first.
Varashis is playing straight.
Okay.
I'm
Yote.
Well, are we just playing against just each other, or are there other people at the table?
Well, here's the thing. Al, what is Elemental Empires?
Unfortunately, it is one of the things that the fucking like D&D 2E side book or whatever didn't really expand upon. Straight up, all we know about the Talos deck, which is one of the 4 universal games, is that you can play Whist, Poker, Talisman, Elemental Empires, and Old Wizard on it, among other things.
Okay,
We
so
can play
you can
poker.
play
It's a normal deck.
It's a normal deck. Okay, so this is a game of chance then.
Yeah, it consists of 4 12-card planar suits, stones, waves, winds, and flames, and the traditional 22 major arcana. It's a weird deck.
For
Okay.
reference, Hero has heard this plan before they've wandered off, and he's gone back to do his set, and he's going to use his set as an opportunity to give the kid to give
Bardic
Einen
inspiration.
bardic inspiration. Yeah, no, 100%. He's throwing this one.
Awesome. Okay, so y'all don't need to bring your own decks because there is a table set up for card games. So it's you 4 and then 3 other random people who are also playing cards. If you are playing straight, please roll just proficiency with your deck of playing cards using dexterity as your stat.
I'm not proficient
You're not proficient?
in cards. No, I just have a deck of cards.
Oh, okay. Then you just roll dexterity, like a flat dexterity roll.
Okay.
Yote, you're cheating.
Yep.
I would like you to roll a sleight of hand or deception, whichever is better for you.
Let me check.
I think it might be sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand or what, Harley?
Deception.
Fucking hell.
Jesus.
Yep, sleight of hand.
Einen gets a 1d6.
Fuck. Shit.
Get it!
Holy shit, you actually
beat
beat
Archie!
Archie. Okay, hold on. Let's see what the randos get. 1d20 plus 4 for this guy, plus 3 for this guy, and plus 7 for this guy. Yeah, Einen, after several rounds of cards, and I'm sorry, you rolled a 9. They found out you were cheating in the first round. They
Can I
told
try
you
to bluff my way out of it?
you may attempt to bluff that you're just bad at the game.
What would that be? Performance?
That would absolutely be just deception.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Wow.
so
Go on,
you get to keep playing. You don't win, but you do get to keep playing. You've managed to successfully bluff your way that you're not cheating. You're just stupid. You're just
Yo
just-
looks over at the rest of the group and tries to wink, but just blinks really, really abruptly.
Oh,
with both
Archie knew the whole because I rolled the nat 20. Do I know if anybody else is cheating other than him?
Oh yeah, you caught you knew Yoke was cheating off rip.
What about the other 3? Are any of them cheating?
No, they appear to be regulars here. They wouldn't risk cheating. This is like, these aren't people the 3 people you're playing against aren't like train passengers. They're people who live in Passage and come here like every weekend to play. They would not risk cheating. This is their entertainment.
With the 22 deception, do we know Yote was cheating, or do we not buy his bluff?
Roll insights.
We said I knew he was cheating.
That's
right?
stupid.
Okay.
Is it possible for any of us to? I guess if we rolled a 90-20 in insight, we might.
I can roll a 22 in insight, so I could have met it at least.
Go on, Einen.
Okay.
Damn, Archie. No. So Archie, only Einen knows that. So here's how it goes down. In round 1, the dealer immediately singles Yote out for cheating. Yote manages to lie his way into convincing not only the dealer, but also everyone else at the table except Einen that he wasn't cheating, he's just bad.
So let me get this straight. Archie, who is very good at this card game, and Einen, who's never played before. Einen understands that I'm cheating, and Archie does not. That's
Let's
really
be fair. Let's be fair.
is-
Archie was like, I've just played the best fucking game I've ever played. How the fuck did Einen beat me? And it's so distracted by that, they cannot pay attention to you losing.
Well, it's also the other thing. Archie may have noticed you cheating, which he did, but then bought your lie that you weren't cheating, you're just stupid.
Yeah, no, that's what it is.
This is the thing. It's not that we didn't notice you cheating because of the deception check. We just bought into your lie that you're just dumb. And Island's
Yeah.
the only person who saw through that lie and went, "No, you're just a fucking cheat."
Yeah, no, Archie.
Uh,
As we're going, Archie's like giving you hey, when you next time you run into a situation like that, all right, you wanna you only ever want to draw 2, 3 cards maximum. You don't want to do the 4 cards. Like Archie's like giving you tips after each hand, so it's not to give you a leg up, but like trying to explain the game. That's how much you've convinced Archie.
But yeah, at the end of it, after multiple rounds, the only person left with any money on the table is Einan. Einan, after multiple rounds of gambling, you let's see, there's 7 people. How much did everybody bet? Like what was
1 gold piece at most.
I did 20.
you did?
Yeah.
Funny, I probably did around somewhere in the range of 10.
Okay, so you get the 31 from them. How much did you bet? Okay, you get to keep your 5, and then from the other 3 people, you get a total of 20 more gold pieces.
We are running this fucking session. We are doing so good.
Once the others started like throwing once Yotes being like, "Fuck, 20 gold," I bet Verashis has dipped out and gone back to the table with Garrick. Like once Verashis loses the 1 gold piece, he's like, "Good game," and fucks off.
Good game.
Oh, actually,
Yeah, so your total winnings are 51 gold pieces.
I'll
God damn.
also say at some point while Archie is playing this expertly, despite losing, Archie'll go, hey, there you go, Voracious, I'm good at cards.
I knew you were good at. I knew you were good at more than just punching.
Gambling.
Damn.
I'm not the best example for Ian. Don't do as
Hey.
I say, not as I do.
He got real good at the game itself. I never got good at it because, I mean, I don't need to, but he got real good at the game.
Yeah, after the game, I'll come back and be like, yeah, so I actually, Ma taught me, actually. And you tried to learn, but something about it, just you never quite wrapped your head around it.
I never beat her once until that one time when I did beat her, and it's because I cheated and I felt real bad, and then I never played with her again.
Verashis
No.
opens his mouth in like semi-mock scandalized gasp, like, "You cheated against your own mother."
I mean, she also taught us how to cheat. Let's be clear. She taught us
Yeah,
how to
that's
cheat
true.
real good. I just
Also,
like
I
playing
was-
it straight, especially if it's a place that like I'm gonna want to come back to. You know, if it's a place I don't care about, I'll win.
Also, I was
fact
still
that
growing
Hero-
into the powers. I didn't really. I did it before I realized what I'd done. You know what I'm saying?
It's really useful though.
Oh,
in
sure,
general.
yeah. Yeah, I post up behind the other players. I can, I see what's in their hand. He knows without having to look.
Oh, you're poking around in his head, not in other people's. Fair enough.
Oh God, no! It's real easy to get into a bad situation with that. You detect someone's thoughts. Sometimes they know you're rummaging around in there.
Oh yeah, you
If
gotta
I'm
be
just
careful.
if I'm just looking at the cards and sending it to him, they don't know what's going. They're not involved in this situation.
Yeah, no signals or nothing. I just can hear it.
I pretend I'm reading a newspaper. It's great.
As the night winds down, the waiter stops by one last time and says, "Hart, ready to see you. His office is on the 2nd floor. It's the bright red door."
Hero just gently wrapping, like lovingly wrapping his violin back up and putting it back in its case. It's like, beautiful. We'll be there shortly.
Excellent.
Gonna
look around for said siblings and see if we can round everybody up to go up.
Yeah, I'm good to
All
go.
right, let's go. Yeah, wipe your mouths, brush off the crumbs. Sweet, let's go.
Oh, that's it. That's a very good point. You should absolutely do that.
Oh, where's our waitress?
I just spoke to you.
Oh, sorry. I've had a lot to drink tonight. I apologize. Here,
Wait, hold on. Do I get an opportunity to try to win my 20 gold back?
you have a good night. And I palm her 7 gold for the table. Like, this is like the actual tip at the end of the meal for the table. You have a good night now. I don't like odd numbers. Don't worry about it.
To answer your question, yo, that's between you and Einan.
This is going
I
to be
look
long
at
running.
in the eyes and I say, "Sister, may I please have my money back?"
Please.
Okay, I'll play you for it. Yote has an awful gambling addiction.
That was maybe the saddest thing I've ever heard. We're spending all this time trying to teach Einan. Do you stand up for yourself a little bit, man?
That was profoundly sad.
Yote looks around and thinks like, "Stand up for myself? What do you mean?" And then he takes out his hammer and he goes, "Give me the fucking money."
No, not like
Oh,
that, you
damn
idiot.
it.
Not like
Yeah,
that.
Archie, fucking sorry. Varash just reached over, puts a hand over the hammers, and just stares at you like, no.
I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know what standing up for myself is.
My lord, there's a lot of work to do.
It's. Let's head upstairs. But just short answer, it's somewhere between begging your child sister for your money back and pulling a hammer on her like a maniac.
I mean,
I believe
I
believe the loss of all self-respect happened somewhere around the word please, and did not recover.
Ash just points at Hero and are like, yes.
So at this point, really, if we'd managed to say the word please with an L instead of an an L instead of a W, we would be on better ground.
Well, hold on. Now you're just making fun of my accent.
It's all right. I'm gonna. Don't worry. Look, kid. I'm gonna. Kid, you're older than me, but like, look, I'm gonna. I think you're the oldest, ain't you? Shit. I'll teach you more about cards later. All right. We'll win you.
Okay.
You're gonna win your money back with fucking respect. All right. Fair and square.
And if we don't do it with respect, we can do it with trickery and subterfuge. All right.
Well, not against our own sister.
Certainly.
No, I mean,
at the very worst, if you're not capable of tricking Einan, you certainly shouldn't be running cons anywhere else.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I just play cards with the girl. She fucking knows what she's doing. Don't insult her like that. I'm just gonna say she
True,
beat me,
Einan is,
and I'm fucking good.
Einan is spectacularly talented, and Hero literally like pats her on the shoulder as could not be prouder. Was not prouder when he walked off the stage tonight. Like, could not be prouder.
It was very impressive. How much gold did you make tonight, Einan?
Einan, that's rather spectacular.
That is far exceeding my monthly wage.
You in one fight.
No, less. Considerably less.
Most people don't get paid more than 50 gold in a month.
I just want to say, Gaz, you and I have not seen this much money before, right? Like, this is more money than we've ever had.
Yeah, when I got handed that like 60 odd gold.
62,
literally the most amount of money I have
ever had. I mean, I guess we've like carried gold for like other people. At least Archie
Yeah.
has, but not like
Like-
others.
And that's probably like in a briefcase or whatever.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
we've all got
exactly,
our
yeah.
cut. for
Let's
various
go
things, but, like-
see. Let's go see if we can swing some more money, and just so I can make fucking Garrick's eyeballs literally explode out of his head. Because there's also, remember, the 300 gold that Archie's got in the bag, so there's an additional 20, so he's already up 80. Like from today's work.
Mm-hmm.
Yote with a big grin on his face says, "Okay." Well, hold on. I wasn't cheating. I was playing the game by a different set of rules as I roll a deception check.
No, but Hero wasn't here, so I do please roll me a deception check, because I need to know if Hero knows you're lying or not.
But Einan does not need to. You can't just keep lying.
She's
Lying.
20. She knows you're a fucking
You say that
liar.
out. Einan says that out loud, and Archie's gonna go,
Shit.
"You fucking shit! What do you mean? You said, oh, you got me."
Hero,
And, like,
Hero,
she taps
literally,
really hard.
Hero, literally, like as he's like, I was just playing the different set of rules, like claps him on the shoulder as he like speeds up his steps to get us to the red door, and it's like, darling boy, that is exactly what cheating is. Do try and come up with a better excuse. Now, everybody straighten your ties. Off we go.
All right, let's go.
Teeth, tits, and toes, everybody. Off we go. And like, just knock on the door.
The red door swings open, and you see Cart is sitting in like a. It's actually kind of comical how large this chair is because of how small he is. It's like this high-backed chair. He's sitting behind a desk. He's traded out his like bartender's uniform for like a professionally fitted suit.
That's good at least. I thought they were just making this poor guy like sit in giant-sized chairs and wear clothes that didn't fit. Like, ha. And you tried not being a kobold, idiot.
Well, I mean, it's his fucking inn.
It's his franchised inn.
Yeah. He's like, no, he's the owner. He was working the bar because he was working the bar. No one asked why he was working the bar, but
they fucking do that sometimes. The real question is, did he make everyone's life fucking harder by working bar or not? That's the only question we need to ask.
Hero, actually, considering that you were the one who spoke with him while he was at the bar, go ahead and give me a retroactive insight check.
Nice, buddy.
He's a better fucking drink slinger than the other guy who was also working the bar.
That's fucking impressive. Hero steps in with like genuine respect. Like, not even BSing. Kat, lovely to see you, sir.
It's good to see you as well, Hero. That was some damn fine playing.
Thank you kindly. It's lovely to be able to sling the old bow, as they say, after such a long journey.
Feel free to take a seat, everybody. I made sure to have them bring up enough chairs.
Can I?
Thank you very much. It's very kind.
Let me introduce our merry band, and Hero will go around and introduce everyone by first names.
Do you introduce us as your siblings, or just introduce us?
Our merry band is literally what he says.
Cool.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get straight to the point. Why are you here?
Well, it started out for drinking and fun and became drinking, eating very good food and fun, I think it's fair to say, yes?
Oh, absolutely. The very good food is an understatement. Your chef is an artist, sir.
Honestly, phenomenal.
It's good to know that at least some people around here have some level of respect for chef's work. It's been
That's very true.
a bit of an ongoing problem with some of our previous staff. But I think you all and I know that you're not here just for good drinks and fun. After all, it's not every day that 6 freshly deputized adventurers show up in my establishment and proceed to openly perform magic on my stage.
Oh, a little bit. It barely counts.
Regardless,
Bardic inspiration is barely. Though I do
Look.
apologize. Obviously, I should have asked you first.
I don't care that you did it. I just want to know why you're here. Because once I know why you're here, we can start doing actual business.
It's rather a manhunt.
The myth.
Behind the myth.
The swine behind the wine, if you will.
Varasha smirks at that one.
The legendary bard who ended the 100-Year War.
Yes, yes. We can skip the whole telling of his daring do. Believe me when I say that the best thing to come out of that man came from between his legs and you're looking at it. Now, have you seen him or have you not?
I keep track of every adventurer who comes in and out of passage. They all stop here because we're the only place licensed to offer work. I have seen this. I have seen Mr. Leodrin. And now we come to the real business. Information is as important as money in our line of work. And so if you want any more than what I've given you, I'm afraid there will have to be a quid pro quo.
As he says our line of work, Hero immediately leans forwards and steeples his fingers and says, "What an interesting turn of phrase that is. Would you care to expand just so that we can make sure that the dealing is fair on all sides? Could I also have a fair amount of background in the information purveyance business? Somewhat of a family stake, you might say."
Are your sleeves rolled down?
They are for fucking now.
It's the Gold Dragon Inn, Mr. Hero. We are a licensed purveyor of we are a licensed purveyor of adventurer guild work. I run a notice board out of the common room.
That is the
There
kind
is
of
a
information to which you refer.
more particularly a singular notice that has been on my board for several weeks now that I would like cleared. You clear it for me, and I will tell you what I know about your missing bard.
What's the note?
Yeah, what are you looking for?
Please do not make me walk down to your notice board. I'm quite tired.
It's simple. We here in Passage, Passage is a large city by post-war standards. We can't quite accommodate the scale of, shall we say, passive death that a city of this size has. Elderly folk, young children who get sick, those sorts of things. Not everybody is affluent enough to afford a burial, and so we have a burgeoning. What the fuck's the word for when you burn a body?
Crematorium.
Yeah, we have a burgeoning.
Cremation.
We have a burgeoning cremation industry. What's that insight check for?
That's the old one. That's
is
from
that an old one?
Yeah, no, that's the one from
Okay, sorry.
Lying.
Right. We have a burgeoning cremation industry. Unfortunately, several bodies that were marked for cremation never made it to the crematoriums.
Do you have by chance a medical school nearby?
No.
Well, that goes out the first line of investigation. I always look
Yeah,
for
well,
medical schools.
Hold on now. Archie, sorry, I'm Archie. Fuck me, I'm drunk. Garrick, we've heard of a couple of body snatchers back home, eh?
Oh, sure. Yeah,
Usually, like you said, it's usually either them doctorate types, pervs, or necromancers. It's one of the three,
Sure.
usually, yeah.
Sometimes all three.
Sometimes all three.
Well, regardless of who's doing it, I want you to find them and I want you to stop them.
Done.
When you say stop them, what do you? Let's be specific now. You want them brought in alive? You want the head caved in? What do you want?
You want us to walk up and be like, "Hey, just don't do this again," or you want us to, something more permanent?
Depending on their methods, you don't necessarily even need to kill them. Most of the necromantic spells, I believe, require some kind of verbal component. So, at the very worst, all you need to do is remove the tongue.
God, you're fucked up. That is not worse than killing somebody.
I
That's
hate
a
that I
lot
look the
worse
way you
than-
think.
Yeah, Jesus
That is
Christ.
not worse.
That is like Jesus Christ.
It's merely practical.
Well, given that this is official guild business, what you do to stop them is up to your discretion.
We're new to this, so
All I require to mark the notice off my board is proof of a job done.
Proof of a job done.
I think we can handle that.
We can handle that. Yeah, done. Easy.
I presume you have some kind of lead. Not simply some of the bodies are missing and we've noticed. Presumably you have something more.
I have the names of the families the bodies came from, and I have the name of the crematorium they were all supposed to go to.
Gorgeous. What's the name of the families, please?
GM redacted. I had them.
You could just send them to
I
us,
had them written down somewhere, and when I went to go and look at where I wrote them down, the file was corrupted.
I'm gonna roll 2 rounds of investigation or whatever's necessary to see if these are families heroes heard of.
Sure, go ahead.
Do you have a preference for what I roll?
I guess maybe not investigation, because investigation implies like a significant amount of time is taking place. Let's call these. Let's call this a connected check. Roll and add whatever number is in the tens place of your current gold. Money.
That's what we did earlier. But Hero, these are people who are too poor to be buried.
But also they're too poor to pay for a burial, but they are important enough that their bodies not being at the cremation have been noticed.
So they're clearly in some kind of weird spot. Because if they were just like literal, like straight off the street.
Apologies.
I mean,
I
they
might
might
have
have family.
hold on. I might not have given you the appropriate scale. Dozens of bodies sent to this crematorium have not arrived.
Oh shit! In which case, no. Then this check doesn't make any sense. I misunderstood. I thought it was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah.
This isn't like 1 or 2 people have gone missing. We're talking someone is fucking like eating these corpses or something. Which is why it needs to be taken care of. Because if we have a necromancer in town, that's bad. But if we have like a ghoul king in town, that's fucking terrible.
Sexy.
But if you are all taking the job, before we finish up, because it is getting a little bit late, are there any remaining questions?
No, can't wait.
Yeah, no, not about the job. I do have a question, but not about the job.
I have a question.
Yes.
Given that we provided quite some entertainment, and I believe watching the motions around the bar, quite some fiscal reward this evening, and we are now working on, as you say, the dime of the guild. Would it be possible to find us place to board here?
So long as you are performing official guild duties, you are each of you entitled to a bed at the Gold Dragon Inn free of charge.
Holy shit!
Cart.
Is that K-A-R-T or C?
You know it's K-A-R-T.
Yeah, it is.
Listen, kobolds got K names. It's just how it works.
It's a spiky
This
sound
is
or a spiky
Cart.
creature.
This is Cart, cousin of Karth. Don't ask him about him. It gets weird.
I've tried. I actually opened a bank account for him, and I have been every month putting his salary into it. He's aware it exists. I've never once seen a single withdrawal happen.
He doesn't seem to understand the purpose of it, to be fair. Can I just actually, that's a follow-up question. You said that the previous staff had treated him ill. Am I to take that to mean that those staff are no longer employed here at Golden Dragon?
That is exactly what you can take to mean from that. I do not allow discrimination to take place under my watch. I'm sure you've noticed I'm not exactly what many would consider a civilized person either.
Who is, darling? Absolutely phenomenal. Well done, sir.
Archie immediately looks over at Garrick and going, no, sorry, K name's Coney the kobold. Like he's a good friend of ours.
Oh, sure, yeah.
What the fuck happens outside the slums? Are you all assholes or what?
Brashus looks at both of them and is like, yes. Oh, yes.
Also, let's see.
Boys, this is on there. People are dicks traditionally. Kobolds are small and have some resemblance to lizards, which are a type of animal. So they are, in the eyes of some, also animals. Disregarding, of course, the centuries, if not millennia of tradition, oral and written, claiming that kobolds are in fact descendants of the proprietor dragons themselves. They are merely animals in the eyes of your average Ondarian.
Yeah, no, Coney, he's calling himself Dragonblood. He's in the fight ring with me.
Boys, I think it's important that we all recognize that this room is currently chock full of races that would be otherwise deemed less than civilized. Obviously, your fine self-cart is one, but boys, there are plenty of places, and you know this, that half-orcs are barely welcome, and full-orcs are definitely not. Goliaths find very few quarter, I point out, and Leonin even less.
Yeah,
Oh,
a merry bunch.
that kind of person don't last long where we're from.
Yes,
Yeah.
dear. That's why we're related.
I'm sure when you're rich, it's real easy to pick your friends.
You'd think.
Unfortunately, that is not exactly how that works.
It's
Well,
the
I never been rich, so you gotta forgive my ignorance.
Yeah,
it's
no, we'll just be friends with anybody, really.
We'll work on it, darling. We'll work
It's
on
the
it.
problem with it being tradition. It's the older and more established the family, the more entrenched the clicks his fingers, bile.
Bigotry.
Well, anyways, if you have no further questions about the job, the details are still on the notice board for you to take us at your leisure. I have to finish going over the books for the night.
Oh yeah, no, you take your time. Thank you for the opportunity, I guess.
Sure, we're gonna
Yeah.
leave you to your business.
How will we find our way to our rooms, please?
I know the way. They're all laid out the same. It's fine.
Well,
But that's not
Take the-
necessarily our room, so.
well, the fourth floor is reserved for adventuring business. You'll find the rooms are above average in quality compared to your standard stay at a Gold Dragon Inn.
Beautiful. Honestly, after so many days on the train, as long as it's not fucking moving, I think we'll all be very happy.
Hold on, out of character. I love that you're like days on the train. It was an 8-hour trip. It was one day.
I thought it was legit longer than that.
No,
No.
Because we had to
the rest
sleep
of
in
us have
cabin.
been on trains for longer than you.
Hero is just adopting everyone else's. He's
Yeah.
he's being the mouthpiece for everyone else's agonies. That's
No,
all.
I got confused because we had a sleeper car, so I presume, and we talked about how long rests would work. So I presumed we were actually going to be there long enough to long rest. Never mind, don't worry about it.
No. It was Fairhaven to Passage is just an 8-hour train ride. You had a sleeper car because everybody in first class gets a sleeper car.
I'm
course
still
we
getting
do.
that thing where you feel like you're moving forward even though you're not moving.
That's either a
When
incoming
we all get
hangover.
up, so when we get upstairs, Archie's gonna call everybody into one of the rooms. Just, I guess, whatever room. Are we staying in separate rooms? The same room, Gaz.
3 rooms have been set aside for you. Each room has 2 beds.
Well, there we go.
So presumably the twins are together.
Problem solved. Oh,
Yeah, who does Einan want to bunk with is the other question.
Yeah, I think we let Einan pick who she.
Einan
which-
picks for sure.
or kill her with a hammer.
Does she sleep out with the rest of us, or does she sleep in the bottle?
I think. How long are you allowed to be in the bottle?
You can remain inside the vessel.
Equal to twice your proficiency bonus. Yeah, so you need a bed. You do need a proper bed.
Yeah. Although you are a half elf, right?
Can half elves trans?
I don't think half elves trans.
I think they sleep.
Oh,
She takes 4 hours of a trance, wakes up really fucking cranky, rolls over and gets the human half of sleep that she actually needs. Fuck my dad.
It's literally
He gives me terrible
never
sleep.
worked. It's literally never worked. It's Einan is
Oh god, because
Batman.
every time she tries to get a full 8 hours, Varit's always awake and like composing music or doing whatever.
Horrendous. Yeah. Okay. So the question still stands: is who does she want to be her bunkie? Mm-hmm. Flip that coin, babe. I think both boys are in full look after you brother mode.
Mm-hmm.
For us, it's eggs.
So it's Hero and Yoke.
Hero, for the first little bit, gets out his 3-dragon anti-set with which he is proficient.
Okay, so first I gotta call before we end. I want to call everybody in, just so I don't forget this. I go, all right. So got some stuff off of the train. First of all, everybody, give them to me in the bag now.
Oh, hands over the fucking bronze token of whatever. Yep.
Voracious does in fact fish his out of a pair of socks. No, he doesn't have a pair of socks.
Pair
Spare
of gloves. He's got spare gloves.
I take mine out of my unorganized tool bag.
If it has been recording, all it's been hearing is the horrendous sound of all of the tools crashing together.
It's just a full like.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Put his in a piece of crumpled up paper and then wrapped the piece of crumpled up paper in a piece of leather. So all it's going to hear is.
right, so they all go in the bag of holding. Okay, cool. So that's.
I'm a little surprised y'all didn't ask Card about these.
I mean, to be fair, he's
what-
not part of the Adventurers Guild. He just knows about it. So be immediately rocking up, him being like, "Hey, you guys are adventurers. Help!" Turning around, being like, "Do you think these coins are spying on us?" Isn't it great?
I mean, we might ask him later, but like, okay, so now that I have everybody in there, I've had everybody put in. I got okay. So first of all, we got 4 short swords. Does anybody want a fucking short sword? Otherwise, I'm gonna sell them.
But I ain't never been good with a sword, you know.
I know, neither of. I mean, I'm fine with a sword. Actually, I'm pretty good with it. I just prefer the fists.
No, thank you, dude. I have a rapier.
You want one, Einen? All right, there you go. Ahead. There you go. I hand her a short sword.
How does she hold this, and does it look competent?
No, let's be clear. The minute she picks it up and clearly doesn't know what she's doing, Hero looks at both twins and is like, somebody's gonna have to provide that girl with some kind of tutorage.
Look, I'll show you how to use that. All right, I'll show you how to use it properly. Not tonight, though. It's a little late. Sure, that's ambitious. You know what I like? I like the
Going
ambitious.
from no wielding to dual wielding. I like it.
That's
Twice
why I had
the
to
chance
go
to
for it.
accidentally skew yourself.
All
This
right,
kid is dangerous. We're gonna have a lot of fun.
I also I got a scrap breastplate. That's not going to be useful. Can anybody wear this type of armor? And just hold up another breastplate.
Nope.
All right.
If we got it off those guys, then yeah.
It would ruin the line of my jacket.
Absolutely not.
It's medium armor. Okay, cool. That's going in the bag. And then I'm going to look at specifically yoked. I go, yoked.
Yep.
These are 4 poorly maintained pistols. Do you think you could spruce them up so that they're actually, maintained?
I could certainly try.
If nothing else, that would surely improve their selling value.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, I am proficient
With the Tinker's tools, yeah. So I'll give you those 4 to work on at your own pace. So just
Okay.
hold on to those 4 for now. I'm gonna make a note that with. Nah, they gotta get fixed first.
No.
We are not
Not
giving
yet.
you. We are not giving you a gun that's been poorly maintained. That's a bad idea.
And you can have one of these. You can have one of these guns for 20 gold.
Now hold on. Repair them, and then those who can use guns will keep them. Otherwise, you either gotta work with it, or we're gonna sell them. Now,
Don't scam your sister. Einen, don't try and get. Okay, a gun is a tube that explodes. You don't want one that's bad.
Yeah, you want it to explode in the right direction.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you have to
Einen
find
knows
yourself
what a
a
gun
new
is.
base.
no. Yeah, no. Now
Have
look.
you ever
got
seen it backfire?
Now look. I'm gonna tell you right now. Everybody, I know you've mentioned a couple of times the 300 gold pieces. There ain't actually 300 gold pieces in here. I guessed about with my we'll just say it is criminal eye. There's about 300 gold pieces worth of fucking stolen jewelry in this bag. It's gotta get fenced first, and then we can get paid.
Can I just for flavor? Can I turn to Yord? Go. Do you have a pair of those glasses with the multiple lenses in your toolbox? Yord.
Yacht.
Yacht.
What was your question?
Do you have those glasses with the little multiple lenses that flip down in your toolbox?
Of course I do. As I open up my tool bag, and you just hear like the crunching of glass, and I pull them out, and they're perfectly fine. And I say, well, something else broke in there.
Something else.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Okay, a
Yo-
reminder to everyone to never stick their hands in Yoke's bag.
It's certainly
Yo just starts
broken.
indiscriminately casting mending into the bag. It'll get it eventually.
So Hero's gonna take those, put them on, and then ask for the jewels, and then I don't know what the equivalent of a rich bitch check is, but would literally like to go essentially run it through the would mother buy these or not check to try and like guesstimate and see if he comes up at the same place that Archie does.
Value wise?
I mean, God told Archie that they're 300 gold pieces worth of stolen jewelry.
I mean,
but
yeah,
like,
but just for
Well,
shit.
okay.
Like-
Let's just give me a flat D20
it would probably be a jeweler's kit check if you were proficient.
or a jeweler's kit check if you have jeweler's kit.
Is there such a thing as jeweler's kit?
Yes.
Oh shit! Okay.
It's the toolkit you use for making jewelry.
That is a 6. He doesn't.
Your
do shit.
mother would not touch these with a 10-foot pole, but they are worth, in total, this pile of jewelry is worth about 300 gold.
So I know we have a job to do, right? So my idea here.
What are you lying about?
He is gonna just make it look like he feels very confident in the valuation, and definitely knows what the fuck he's looking for.
No, you do feel confident in your evaluation. It's 300 gold. You don't have to lie about that. You are confident.
Yeah.
That's
All
valid. That's
Yeah,
valid.
I know what I'm doing. I've done this before. Well, okay. So never a score this big though. Not for me personally, anyway. Usually for other people. So tomorrow, what we're gonna do is, buddy, you work on those pistols. See if you can fix them. Maybe somebody go and try to hawk these extra swords and the breastplates and scrap breastplates. I'm sure a smith around here will at least want some, scrap iron. And I think Archie and Archie, I'm fucking drunk as shit. Garrick and
You're
Archie.
Archie.
Yeah, I'm Archie. I do this all the time when I'm drunk because we're looking in a mirror, Garrick and I'll go around, see if we can feel out a place to unload this jewelry. Take a day.
Sounds good to me.
And then that leaves Hero and myself on information gathering. And Einen to do whatever the fuck you want, honestly.
Yes, I think it's very appropriate that Einen's education proceed in a self-directed manner.
She means you get to choose which one of us you want to hang out with tomorrow.
That's exactly
Probably
right.
not. I mean, like, I don't mind teaching Einen the ropes or nothing, but this is a new town. We don't know people. So,
Yeah. It might not be pretty right off the bat.
yeah, not with us.
Come with us, Einen. You'll have an absolutely phenomenal time.
Well, Varash is just thinking about the fact they're going to have to go talk to like grieving families who have lost a dead body tomorrow. Like, what?
Maybe Einen should stay behind and Yacht could teach her about firearms while he's fixing them up.
That's
Yeah?
not a terrible idea. Or at least how to wield the sword. You are a soldier, yeah.
Well, Yacht's gonna be busy fixing the things, but yeah. All right, we'll figure it out later. But does that sound like a good game plan for tomorrow?
Sure.
I just don't want to be walking around with this hot shit for long.
The sooner we offload it, the better.
Now, also note, we may not get the full 300 for it. That's not exactly how this works.
I mean, to be fair, actually, I do just want to remind you, Archie, it's not actually hot. The people who you stole this from, just like you were compensated for your, quote, stolen goods, were also compensated for their stolen goods.
Yeah, but you don't want to risk somebody walking into a jewelry shop while you're trying to sell grandma's necklace and they recognize it.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, it's more just don't want to be carried around stuff people might recognize and want to offload it, and a professional jeweler is probably not the best place to do that because they might recognize it and go, well, I sold that to the so-and-so, Best to hawk it when we can.
Fair.
I think that brings us up to a tidy, 60, 80 gold apiece, if we assume we get somewhere in the region of the 300, unless, of course, you're Einen, in which case, a solid 130 gold for a job well done today. Well done, everybody. Very well done.
I don't count your gold before it hatches or something like that.
It is also important to note, as we close up for the night, you are in a large city. So after you've collected all of your gold, think about what you want to spend it on, because again, this is Eberron. You can buy magic items.
Dope. Yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way so we
Like,
kind of know what we're doing next time.
in the market. An uncommon rarity magic item is like anywhere from 50 to 150 gold, so
depending what we get paid for this, if we get paid in more than information, we're already solidly in the range where we might be able to buy something, but depending what we get paid following.
So next time I'm gonna sell these swords and the breastplates and everything, which won't get us much, but the 300 gold will, or the jewelry will, no matter what. I mean, and Archie knows what he's doing. Might get more than 300 depending on how that goes.
Hey, you think I'll have enough money for them smart stones? I know I complained about them, but it might be useful.
Jesus Christ, you and your smart stones! Like, come on.
I want one of the ones that's shaped like an apple.
Garrick, future iPad baby.
Buying fully into the Apple ecosystem. Fuck it.
Hey, I'm
Let's go to
easily
bed, too.
entertained.
All right. I think that's it for the night. Em, if you want to turn the button off. Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
recording.
I know not a lot happened, but that was one of the more fun episodes of D&D I've ever played.